The World Poker Tour is brought by Club WPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker. Guaranteed.
Tonight in Las Vegas, one last shot to see who's the best of the best and has what it takes to emerge triumphant in the final event of the season. The WPT Championship kicks off now, and it's only on the WPT.
Well, the crowd all ending.
He is circling the drain.
They are going bare knuckles in the center.
He needs the extreme miracle.
Oh!
Hi everyone, I'm Kimberly and welcome to the WPT's coverage of the season-ending $25,000 buy-in WPT World Championship. For the past 10 seasons, we've witnessed that nothing surpasses the pure exhilaration of being crowned the champion of this event. Last season, Matt Rettenmaier solidified his legacy as one of the top players in the world when he won this title. And this season, new heroes emerged and legends of the game returned to Bellagio to take a shot at glory on the WPT stage.
Good luck to all of you in your quest to make it to the final table. And players, it's time now. So dealers, shovel up and deal.
Big names, former champs, and deep pockets ponied up the $25,000 buy-in.
This is donation. This is donation.
To compete against this season's exclusive fraternity of WPT champions.
I'm actually still looking for my first WPT cash.
Oh, so we're competing for our first cash.
I mean, the best in the world will be here, so it's going to be incredibly difficult.
One of the best included reigning WPT World Champion Mad Marvin Rettenmaier.
It feels good to be back, defend my title this week.
The Royal Flush Girls warmly greeted players and fans alike as more poker greats streamed into Bellagio.
Hey, Eric. How are you?
Meanwhile, others were seemingly on their way out, including Season 8 Player of the Year Faraz Jaka, who lost with eights versus jacks.
See you guys soon.
Players who busted early could shell out another $25,000 for a single re-entry,
Round two.
Yeah, better luck this time.
I'm not done with these guys.
which Bay 101 champ Kai Chang and Faraz did. A few tables over, WPT champions Noah Schwartz and Jake Cody were busy in battle.
I'm just kidding, dude.
Jake's pocket kings held up, and Noah was off to the cage.
25K, yeah. Went for 50,000 already, boys.
That re-entry gave Noah another shot at becoming a two-time WPT champion and also kept his prospects alive in the race for Player of the Year. That knowledge certainly did not escape the attention of front-runner Matt Salzberg.
I definitely have some sweats. Anybody who's won a tournament, if they win this one, they'll overtake the lead. So unless I, go pretty deep myself.
Both Matt and Noah finished the day short in chips, but on the whole, WPT champions knocked it out of the park, scoring 6 of the top 10 spots on the chip count, with Will the Thrill Fayella leading the way of the remaining players.
The thrill is back. That's what got the chips today.
The field swelled on day 2 at Bellagio as a fresh crop of players took aim at the final WPT title of the season. Not letting opportunities slip by, some busted players took a second chance by re-entering.
Second entry, first one didn't go so well.
Mike Sexton rubbed shoulders of some of the greats as he hit the floor.
Did you notice any difference?
Oh my God, no. You're doing good. That's pretty good.
Ah,
Oh my God.
here WPT champion Chino Ream, sitting along next to Lucky Chewy here. Champions are everywhere around here, you know?
Everywhere on this table,
Everywhere. Every table's got them. I got news for you.
At one of those champion-filled tables, Season 11 champs Matt Salzberg and Dominic Nichet's pocket pairs collided. Matt was looking good to double up. A 3 hit on the river to give Dominic a full house. And Matt took losing in stride.
Thanks for the 25K river.
And promptly re-entered.
Thought I almost got away with no re-entry. Almost.
As more players busted, it became clear that was not alone. Just ask Season 11 ones to watch AP Faharat.
This is what it looks like. 25K going back in there. Everybody's dreamed of going to the final table with WPT, so how could you not re-enter?
Or Season 10 ones to watch Dan O'Brien.
I gotta find 25,000.
Okay.
Quickly.
I got 10 on it.
Hey, still have a half hour or so. The tournament. Unbelievable. So good. I gotta find another 15,000. It's not easy finding 25,000. But easier here than most places.
Soon after Dan found his re-entry money, the two Phils made it into the tournament just in the nick of time.
Right on time, baby.
Sometimes it's better to get here late.
As it turned out, this was not to be the case for Phil Livey, whose tournament life ended as quickly as it began. Registration closed with 146 entries, and for the 11th season in a row, the WPT World Champion would take home over $1 million.
Let's go. Throw down.
With so much on the line, the final few minutes of the day proved explosive. Businessman Dan Shack eliminated WPT champ Matt Waxman. And two-time champ Antonio Esfandiari hit a magic flop to double through young pro Ryan D'Angelo.
We decided to flip for, a massive stack at the end there for no reason.
No reason.
Dan and Antonio finished the day in the second and third position respectively, but with 67 players remaining, it would be Season 11 WPT champion Mike Linster who nabbed the top spot on the leaderboard at the end of day 2.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the lucky one.
Hey everyone, I'm Brittany, one of the Royal Flush Girls, and we're here on day 3 of the WPT World Championship. And this is what they're playing for.
At the start of day 3, the stats of the 67 remaining players were staggering. Over a third of the field owned a spot on the WPT Champions Cup, and 10 were in contention for WPT Player of the Year. 2 of those contenders saw an early exit,
My chippies got eaten up like Pac-Man.
along with a number of top pros.
I gotta go.
But two-time WPT champ Daniel Negreanu started the day on a much different note. Season 11 champion Ravi Raghavan held pocket 8s and moved all in on Daniel.
I guess I call.
Call, open up, and it would be a race with Daniel's ace-king.
Okay, let's go. Okay, put an ace out there, please.
Ravi flopped a set, but with a spade on the turn and then a fourth one on the river, Daniel made a flush.
Sorry, brother.
And sent Ravi to the rail empty-handed.
Getting lucky's so fun, Phil. It's so fun. You feel like you deserve it, right? Sometimes? Yeah. He's sick.
This is annoying now.
While Kid Poker was having fun adding to his stack, the Poker Brat was busy losing his.
I've been busted by more bad players than anybody in history.
Okay, Will. I had the best hand finally.
You did.
I love it. And I made you call with ace-queen.
Yes, that's very rare for me, you know that.
How do these freaking donkeys do it all the time? They just want to keep giving me their chips and give me their chips, and they just keep getting there.
Will, as Phil, wasn't the only loose cannon in the field.
I got a guy who just called us all in for a tournament like with queen high, but don't worry, it was good. That's poker.
And that was all she wrote for WPT champion Matt Salzberg's fabled run this season, as his Player of the Year fate was no longer in his hands.
I would have probably sealed up the POI for sure had I just min cash. So now I'm going to have some sweats probably.
One of those sweats, reigning world champion Marvin Rettenmeyer, soon joined Matt on the rail.
I think Salzburg is jumping up and down right now. Yeah, brother.
After busting to WPT Venice Grand Prix champ Rocco Colombo.
I think Salzburg is doing like jumping jacks outside that he probably just won Player of the Year.
Look at this. Right after I busted, he has no heart. This guy has no heart.
Last level turned out to be brutal for a number of pros,
Tino finally had it.
including day 1 and day 2 chip leaders Will the Thrill Fiala and Mike Linster. When the dust settled, 24 players would survive day 3, including past WPT Players of the Year Andy Frankenberger, Eric Lindgren, and Daniel Negreanu. But Canadian champs Amir Babakani and Jonathan Waugh had their eyes on a second title this season and the right to be named the Season 11 WPT Player of the Year.
I'm just gonna play tight, very tight.
Find out who survives to make the money and, more importantly, the last final table of the season when we return with more from the WPT World Championship, brought to you by ClubWPT.com.
Sometimes we want to play poker without the hassling with traffic, the crowded poker rooms. That's why we love ClubWPT.com, where we play for our share of $100,000 in monthly cash and prizes from the comfort from our homes. ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
Welcome back to Bellagio and the World Poker Tour's extended coverage of the WPT World Championship, where a talented field all have their eyes on winning the final WPT title of Season 11. Day 4 started with 3 tables, 24 players, and one immediate goal: making the money. WPT champion Amir Babakhani had good reason to feel upbeat being the chip leader, as did a confident Daniel Negreanu.
Easy peasy. I've been here before. It's all good.
But running good was not in the cards for everyone, as big names with big hands saw their WPT World Championship dreams fade away. Lucky Chewy Andrew Lichtenberger's luck ran out when his suited ace-queen lost to the mismatched ace-5 of Chino Reem.
Rather be lucky than good.
And Jason Mercier had an unexpected exit when his pocket aces were cracked by the flopped 2-pair of Matt Hyman. Though the high fives would not last long, as Matt's twin brother Zach was next to go. Looking to play a big pot, AP Faharat 5-bet all in, holding ace-king, and was quickly called by Rocco Palumbo with pocket queens.
1.3 million. No big deal.
Rocco flopped a set, securing him the monster pot and leaving AP on the short stack. Soon after, young pro David Peters administered the fatal blow, sending our last standing ones to watch unhappily to the rail.
Oh, I just can't breathe, you know, it's just brutal.
As the money bubble approached, the bust-outs continued. With only one elimination separating the cash in the WPT World Championship and going home empty-handed, all eyes were on the two-time WPT champs and current short stacks, Daniel Negreanu and Eric Lindgren. Daniel had a couple of positive results against Chino and moved him out of the danger zone.
I'm dodging bullets.
Then Eric managed to win a flip and double through Korean pro Hyun Kim. Hyun would fall victim to a cold deck when he ran 10s into the pocket queens of Dan Shack. He would not improve and was eliminated one spot short of cashing at Bellagio. With the money bubble broken, the remaining 15 players were all smiles. But that jubilation did not last long, as a slew of bust-outs would follow. Then Season 11 champ Emil Olsen got his chips in good, holding pocket aces, and was called by Chino Reem with queens. The flop came queen 6-6, giving Chino a full house. Emil didn't hit one of his 2 outs, and the WPT Copenhagen champ was sent home in 12th place, springboarding Chino into a commanding lead.
Tough luck happens sometimes.
After the elimination of Dan Shack by amateur Sam Goldman, players combined to one table. In short order, Sam found himself involved in one of the most talked about hands of the day. On a dream board of King 9 10-3, Sam holding King 6 folded trips face up to Eric's river bet, virtually crippling the amateur.
Sometimes, you know, you just gotta be 100,000 behind, you still gotta come out the hand.
Those 100,000 chips did not last very long, as a satisfied Sam Goldman won out in 10th place. The final casualty would be Day 3's chip leader Amir Babakhani, leaving the other Playground Poker WPT champion Jonathan Waugh the only one still in the hunt for the WPT Player of the Year. 8 players remain to fight for the 6 coveted seats at the televised final table, but undeniably the day belonged to WPT champion Chino Reem, who amassed a mountain of chips, finishing well above the competition.
I'll be pushing you around with the Chino strut.
Chip leader Chino Reem was not afraid to flaunt his big stack and even bigger ego, as the 8 remaining players settled in at lucky table 13. Despite what would prove to be a bad omen for two players, confidence was not on short supply.
Had a very good day yesterday, and now I got my sights set on Chino.
Eric might have had his sights set on Chino, but everybody's aim was on making the final table of season 11 on the WPT. Two-time WPT champion Daniel Negreanu, who began the day at the bottom of the chip count, quickly made good use of his short stack, making moves and increasing his chip count, while at the same time chatting up the Royal Flush girls. But the happy chatter would not last, as newly minted champion Rocco Palumbo put his tournament life on the line. Rocco, on the button, moved all in with Jack 8 and was called by Brandon Steven in the small blind. Although Brandon's King Jack was ahead, Rocco could not have asked for a better flop with both flush and straight draw possibilities. But he was unable to connect and finished in 8th place, cashing for over $100,000. With one elimination to go before the TV table was set, 4 WPT champions were once again looking to add their name to the WPT Champions Cup, including Jonathan Waugh. And Jonathan was clearly on his way at the expense of Daniel Negreanu, whose hot streak has ended abruptly. Meanwhile, the other short stack, David Peters, who TV bubbled this same tournament back in season 9, was able to gain a little breathing room when he doubled up through businessman Brandon Steven. The pressure was on for a short stack Negreanu when he entered a pot with Chino and Eric. The flop came 10-8-5. Eric bet and Daniel went over the top all in with top pair. Chino got out of the way and Eric called with an over pair of jacks. Daniel was hoping to pair his ace or hit another 10, but failed to do so and was out in 7th place with the TV bubble.
If I'm going to give my chips to anybody, I'm happy to give to Eric. It's been a while since he's had some success, and he's in good shape along with Chino to put on a show for the final table.
So it was game on for our final 6 players, a methodical young pro, 2 businessmen who know how to work the green felt, a season 11 champ with sights on Player of the Year honors, and 2 seasoned pros on the road to poker redemption and another shot of glory on the WPT stage. It takes crossing a virtual minefield to make it to the WPT World Championship final table, and these 6 players did just that. Now, some of them are more battle-weary than others, but as we've seen over and over again, it's anybody's game. Now let's turn it over to our own battle-tested team, Poker Hall of Famer Mike Sexton and former tennis champ and cash game expert Vince Van Patten. Mike, WPT champions Jonathan Waugh and Eric Lindgren are going after their 2nd and 3rd WPT titles respectively. Rate their chances here tonight.
Well, Kimberly, I really like their chances tonight. They're starting out in 2nd and 3rd chip position. And I think their experience as WPT champion should bode well for them. Jonathan won our WPT event in Montreal earlier this season, and if he wins here tonight, he'll become the season 11 WPT Player of the Year. Eric, a 2-time WPT champion, has had a bit of a tough time the last couple of years, both on and off the felt, but I believe he's got his life in order now. He's married with a child, he's refocused, and I'm predicting Eric Lindgren becomes a 3-time WPT champion tonight.
Only because he wants to hustle me at golf.
And Vince, WPT champion Chino Reem is coming into this final table with a large chip lead. How much pressure do you think he's going to put on the other players?
Well, Chino Reem is a new breed of young gambler, right? He has courage, he has style, he loves to push people around. He's going to try to do that tonight. This guy's tougher to read than a Russian novel, no doubt about it. He'll be kicking those chips around. And right now, Chino Reem is the chip leader, and he's talking to Matt Savage.
Chino, you've had a very tumultuous career. Extreme highs and the lowest of lows. What would a win tonight mean at the World Poker Tour World Championship?
Win here would just, give us one of those good highs that, every poker player likes to, have in their career. And it's definitely a nice win to have on your resume. And, we got a table full of very experienced, good players. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Kimberly, one thing he's never lacked is talent at the poker table.
Will calm, cool, and collected Chino, Eric, or Jonathan add their name to the WPT Champions Cup yet again? Or will destiny shine for one of our other 3 players? The WPT World Championship final table kicks off when we return.
The WPT Foundation is dedicated to supporting great charities around the world. Now you can help the WPT Foundation raise money for some great global causes. Check out all the incredible prizes, trips, and VIP experiences available through our online auctions at WPTFoundation.org.
It would mean a lot to me to be the WPT champion. It's just something that, I could like brag about for my entire life.
1.1 million is a lot of money. If that doesn't get your blood flowing, I don't know what will.
To win 2 WPT titles in 1 year would be great. It's going to be tough, but there's 5 other players on the final table, and they all want to win as well.
I seem to shine my best when I'm under pressure. I can play my A game. When I do that, it's really hard to beat.
I love playing against the best. I'm just a competitor. I love to compete. I always think that I can win.
Anytime first place is over $1 million, there's just that little edge that's in the air. You can feel it. I mean, it's a $25,000 buy-in. It's the WPT Championship.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Las Vegas and the WPT World Championship at Bellagio. After 5 days of grueling competition, we are now down to our final 6 players. And with me, as always, in the booth, my good buddy, Vince Van Patten.
Well, Mike, it's great to be back here with Bellagio with you. And look at this final table. They are skilled. They are excited. The cards are ready to fly. Let's go to the felt!
Well, here we go. There you see the chip count. The 3 WPT champions in first, second, and third place. Chino Ream out front with 5.3 million. Eric Lindgren in second with 3.4. Jonathan Waugh in third with about 2 million in chips.
That is right, Mike. And you got to cut me off the coffee. I'll tell you something. But I'm excited to be here. And right now, as you can see, the winner will take home over $1 million. $1,150,000. All right, the ante is 5,000. Blinds are 20 and 40. Let's go to the great Eric Lindgren as he picks up a pair of jacks.
Eric, a former WPT Player of the Year. If he wins here tonight, he'll tie Carlos Mortensen and Gus Hansen as the winningest players in WPT history.
Well, he has raised a few folds around to Chino. Chino also going out, and now Jonathan Waugh has a pair of 4s.
He won our event in Montreal earlier this year. If he wins this tournament tonight, he'll be the season 11 WPT Player of the Year.
Well, he's going to get aggressive with the 4s with a re-raise. 2:20 to go. David Peters, a pro out of Ohio, folds. Back on Lindgren. This is Eric's 6th time at a WPT final table. 2-time champion. Got the wired big pair, and he is going to re-raise it like he should.
He is 4 betting on deal number 1. That's something you just don't see often at these final tables.
Now back on Waugh.
And it's going to get the job done. So Eric Lindgren taking a page out of the Young Guns book, 4 betting to take down the pot.
Wow, E-Dog making that work. Didn't even have to see a flop.
Well, right there, the Canadian going wah-wah on deal number 1.
This is a poker major, so when I watch golfers play majors, they just hit it towards the middle, hit it to the green, and try to make a putt. So basically, I should be a very, tight, solid player tonight.
Oh, he's more than solid.
Well, I'll believe that when I see it. Now, Vince, here's a trivia question for you. Who was the first to win $1 million playing poker tournaments 5 consecutive years?
Gus Hansen.
Wrong. Eric Lindgren is your answer.
Wow.
Boys from Kansas.
All right, back to the felt. A raise there by Matt Hyman with ace-king. And now Chino Ream with ace-queen.
Well, he's going to 3-bet it.
Waugh going out.
David Peters out as well.
Lindgren with a king-jack, a spades quick muck there. Brandon Stephen, a businessman, also going out, and now back on Matt. He's got ace-king. Matt dropped out of college to start a business with his bro, and they're hugely successful, but he's also a sharp poker player. Oh, well, he's going to push all in.
Didn't play that many events. He loves this tournament, though.
How much?
And Chino Ream faced with a test early on at this final table.
Oh, Matty, you got it. And I should have just flatted.
He doesn't know what to do with his ace-queen. Now, look at him. You could actually slide him through a fax machine.
What?
That's how thin he is.
So I need to call $1,015,000?
Matt Hyman, one of the 2 businessmen at this final table, the twin brother of our own Kimberly Lansing's husband, Zach. And there's his brother, Zach.
Matty, you got it.
Sweating his twin. And Chino Ream, he's a gambling-style player, Vince, but...
I should just flatted you.
He could afford it. He is the chip leader at this point.
Take it down.
What a laydown there by Chino Ream, as he was dominating.
Matt Hyman taking down that pot. He's from San Francisco, 36 years old. Married with 3 children, and he makes it work right there. Chino Ream still the chip leader with 5.2 million in chips. They're playing quick here. Jonathan Waugh first to play now. He has a Jack-9 of diamonds. In first position, he's going to raise with it.
Makes the men raise up to 80,000.
But look at this right behind him. Dave Peters, wired pair of 10s.
Well, Dave Peters, 26-year-old pro out of Toledo, Ohio. He's on the short stack right now with 6 players left.
Makes it 165 to go. Eric out. Brandon Stephen also goes away. Matt can't call.
Almost think he would have made a little larger raise than that, Vince, with this hand.
You would think. Chino Ream has nothing.
Chino folds.
Chino going out, but Jonathan Waugh getting over 3-1 on his money right now. And he's going to take a look at a flop here.
Let's see if it pays off for David right here. As the flop comes up, Jack 6 deuce.
Well, it's all spades. Jonathan Waugh is going to check the top pair.
Wow, if you got 10s, if you got a spade.
Well, Vince, you have to bet here with this hand. You know, his opponent's got jacks, you got a flush draw.
And that's exactly what he does, 140,000. But look at this, Jonathan Waugh has put David Peters all in.
I call.
And a quick call.
You certainly can't blame David Peters for calling here. His tournament life on the line. David finished on the TV bubble in this tournament 2 years ago. He could be out in 6th place tonight if he doesn't get some help. He's a 10 or a spade.
Let's see if it happens on 4th Street for David Peters.
Well, ace of hearts. David Peters, tournament life on the line with this river card. Needs a spade or a 10.
And the river card. No, as a queen of clubs hits on the river, David Peters will have to say goodnight.
Well, David Peters from Toledo. That's the home of the Mud Hens, and right now, he feels like he's in the mud as he finishes in 6th place.
David Peters picks up 173,000, a nice effort, and he's over to talk to WPT tournament executive Matt Savage.
All right, David, you came in as a short stack. Was the strategy to get it in early?
I didn't really have a strategy, just kind of see what happened, what cards I got. I wasn't afraid to get in or make moves, so.
You bubbled this tournament 2 years ago and making the final table. Was that enough, or are you satisfied with this?
You're never satisfied with 6th, but I mean, oh well, maybe next time.
Kimberly, back to you.
Thanks, Matt. So David Peters' tournament run comes to an end in 6th place. Stick around for more coverage from the WPT World Championship at Bellagio.
Season 11 of the World Poker Tour is brought to you by ClubWPT.com, where VIP members can win their share of $100,000 in cash and prizes every month. ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
I am Tuba, and I'm a Royal Flush girl. Every time we're here at Bellagio, we always look forward to the day that we do our pool shoot. Oh my God, I love the pool. When the shoot is wrapped and we're done, it's so nice to spending some time in the beautiful sun. Us girls just got to have a couple drinks, hang out, relax. We actually ended up staying a little bit longer than we should have. I lost count of how many pools there are. There's something about Bellagio that you can't get anywhere else.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. The championship at Bellagio continues 5-handed.
Vince, if you ever want to be pool water.
Take it easy, Hef, all right? Take it easy. But I know what you're saying.
All right, Chino Ream still out in front. 5 players left fighting it out for this title.
And now Chino Ream, gambling player, folds his hand. Jonathan Waugh now with a king-jack will get fancy with the raise, makes it 80,000. Eric Lindgren with a queen-7 of diamonds.
Eric gambling a bit here, makes the call.
And now Brandon Stephen, a businessman. He owns car dealerships in Kansas.
Could be an opportunity for a squeeze play here. He's got the mid pair. First guy raised, second guy called, and yes, he is doing it. Up to 240,000.
Yeah, nice raise. But right behind him, Matt Hyman has picked up a real hand. Ace-king.
Will he possibly 4-bet here with it?
That is actually technically the short stack at this point with about 1.3.
Come on.
And he's going to push all in.
Wow.
Waugh goes out. Eric does as well.
Drag in the 240, please.
Both of these guys, very successful businessmen. They say it's not about the money here, Vince. It's the title. They want the title. Yeah. They want to become a WPT champion. And they want the world to know it.
There's no way I can fold, man. $1,200,000. I got $1,300,000, $1,300,000 now.
You have to hope your opponent's got something like ace-king where you're in a race, and then you have to hope to win the race. That's a lot of hoping.
Maddie, what are you doing, buddy?
Now look at this, Brandon. You know what? He's a good talker at the table.
All right, I fold.
Brandon folds the sevens.
You can show me if you want. You can show. Who don't?
Yeah, that's okay, buddy.
He's not going to show it.
Tell you over cocktails tonight. Good fold.
I was hoping you. How do you win a tournament if you make folds like that? It's ridiculous.
Kimberly gives a little clap up there, Vince. I know that she's not supposed to be prejudiced here, and she's supposed to remain neutral, but that's her brother-in-law, her husband's twin brother at the final table. You got to root for the guy, if you're Kimberly.
That would have just been tilting.
Yeah, I think Kimberly's secretly got to be rooting for him. And so far tonight, Matt Hyman has played impeccably. Back to the felt. Jonathan Waugh this time with a quick muck. Eric also going out. Yeah. What a dynamic we have at this final table. Well, Brandon Stevens, 2 sevens didn't work out a minute ago. Now he's going to raise with the 2 5s. Goes to 80,000. Matt this time with a measly 9-7, folds the hand.
What'd you do? Min.
On to Chino Ream, who does have an attractive ace-10 of diamonds.
Chino just calls, does not raise.
Barely.
Gives him respect. And look at this, an ace on the flop. Great for Chino.
Check it.
Brandon Steven looks like he's going for the continuation bet. Yes, he is, 90,000.
And a snap call here by Chino. Brandon not liking that, I can assure you.
That is just a big old whoops. If you're Brandon, 8 of diamonds on the turn. Now Chino checks. Now Brandon knows he could beat a spade draw here. He checks as well. River card comes up 3 of clubs. Well, Chino feels strongly his 2 aces are the best hand now, which they are. And he is going to bet 175,000 on the river.
What do you think I have, Gio? A hand hoping that you can fold. What do you have? Mr. Flush draw? King 10 of spades good? Nope. It wasn't the flop, though. All right, you got it. That's it. Thank you.
Brandon makes a good lay down there with the 5, figures it out, and Chino will take that pot.
Nice call, sir. Nice hit.
I've played with Chino for many years. He's so dangerous. And he's got chips, which is going to make him double dangerous.
His style of play is pretty unpredictable, and sometimes it can give you a headache.
You breathe now. He'll get kind of crazy in that line once in a while.
You have me covered?
He likes to play a lot of hands. He plays them very, very well, and he can be a tricky trickster, so I got to watch out for Chino.
I don't know what the other opponents expect of me. I'm just going to play very solid ABC poker. It's not known to be in my repertoire, but believe it or not, when I try, I can play a pretty simple ABC game.
Well, I can't wait to see that. Chino playing ABC poker, folks. Normally he plays QRS poker.
You're so right.
But let's see what happens. He's a gambling style player, but that's why he gets a hold of a lot of chips. That's why he came to this final table as a chip leader. He is dangerous. These guys know it.
All right, the blinds are going up to 25 and 50,000.
Well, so much for ABC. He raised under the gun with Jack-8 offsuit.
Waugh going out. Eric Lindgren also folding.
In poker books, you'll find that starting with about letter X.
Couple folds around to Matt Hyman, who's in the big blind. He's got king 3 of spades.
Just in case you want to call.
Yeah, that's cool. That helps. Thank you.
Well, you're getting in trouble for inducing that call right there, am I?
Sweet guy. He is
going to make the call out of the big blind with the king 3.
And we are flopping.
Yeah, flop 7-3 deuce.
Matt Hyman picks up a pair of 3s there.
Yep, he's out front, but he checks, and here comes a continuation bet by Chino.
Yeah, it looks like 115,000. Quick call there by Matt Hyman. Nice call. And the turn card will be Queen of Clubs.
Well, neither player happy to see that card, because neither have a club in their hand, and it goes check, check. Now a 10 comes off.
Matt Hyman checking again. Chino's thinking about Robin here.
Well, Vince, the only way he can win this pot's to bet at it. He knows that.
There you go.
And he's taking a stab at it. Give him credit for that.
Chino trying to muscle out Matt Hyman, the entrepreneur from San Francisco. Will it work?
You're not gonna raise me, right?
The question's how much?
Oh,
Yeah.
this is only one way for me to find out.
Nice call by Matt Hyman there.
Yeah.
Nice hand.
Vince, that is knowing your player. These guys know Chino will bet on air time and time again. That's why when he does make a hand, he gets paid off with it, because everybody always thinks he's at it.
I'm Danielle, one of the Royal Flush Girls. Stay tuned for more action from the WPT World Championships.
This episode of the World Poker Tour is brought to you in part by Vegas.com. Vegas.com. Do Vegas right. Welcome back to the WPT World Championship, brought to you by ClubWPT.com. Now, Vince, all season long, we've been telling our viewers about Club WPT.
Yeah.
But let's hear it from the players themselves.
Well, I think it's the best value out there. I don't think you're going to get any place else to give you the kind of rewards that Club WPT gives you for the amount of money that you have invested.
I've already gotten 7 times, 8 times my money back. I haven't lost anything. It's been awesome.
Being able to see so many hands from Club WPT, it does help.
The opportunity to be here. You have that chance to be here. You know, some people say, oh, it's a gimmick or anything. No, it's not. It's real. I'm here.
So it is easy to see why people love playing on Club WPT, you know, for a low monthly fee. That's all you put up. You have a shot at winning your share of $100,000 in cash and prizes every month. And on top of that, you can also win your way into live WPT events. You can't beat that.
Check out ClubWPT.com today. Sign up, try it out. Never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
See, first place going to take home $1,150,000 for the championship.
Chino Ream still out in front. Eric Lindgren still in second chip position.
And right now, Brandon Stephen is on the short stack. Brandon, the businessman from Wichita, Kansas. All right, action to Eric. He's going to raise with an ace-4.
I love the dynamics of this table, Vince. 3 WPT champions left, 2 successful businessmen left.
And Brandon, Matt, and Chino all out. Around to Jonathan Waugh, and he has a beautiful ace-king.
And look at this, Vince. He does not raise here. Almost all players would raise in that spot with ace-king out of the big blind.
Trying to be deceptive, and it's going to pay off because a king hits on the flop, king 5-3.
Well, notice he checks. Eric going to make the continuation bet. Now, Eric does have a straight draw. A deuce would give him a straight.
150 bet by Eric.
And if he makes a wheel here, Jonathan Waugh will have 4 flat tires and be out of here.
But Waugh is just going to okie dokie call very smoothly.
Just incredible.
Going to the turn.
9 of clubs on the turn. Jonathan checks again. Folks, he is walking the dog. You feel like certainly you have the best hand, but you just check and let your opponent do the betting.
And that's exactly what Eric's doing. He's going to donate $350 to Waugh.
I've always felt Barry Greenstein was the best guy in the tournament world at walking the dog, but Jonathan Waugh may take his place.
On the river, 5 of diamonds pairs the board. No help for Lindgren. Jonathan Waugh started watching poker in 2008, and one of his idols was Eric Lindgren, and tonight he's playing against him.
Well, he's checking again. I think Eric's going to wave the flag now. He knows the guy's got kings here. He just gives it up. And this, by walking the dog there, Jonathan Waugh picked up an extra $500,000.
His parents celebrate. He is from Canada. Took a break from his college education in finance just to play poker. He coaches baseball.
I'll tell you, the curveballs work for him right there. Eric Lindgren swinging and missing twice.
All right, on to the next hand. Matt Hyman from Frisco. And he quickly folds it. Chino now with just a 7-5.
Oh, yeah, Mr. ABC just pops it right up there to $105,000 with it.
Waugh and Lindgren out around the corner to Brandon, who has just a 4 deuce of spades, but he has little investment already, so he's going to make the call.
Bit of a gambling call. The 4 deuce. Now flop comes 7-6-3. Brandon has a gut shot straight draw. Chino has top pair and a good shot straight draw as well.
And Brandon, who is on the short stack, going to take a shot, 120.
It's not going to work here, Vince, but I like this play by Brandon.
I'm all in.
Well, Chino does put him to the test, puts them all in.
I fold.
Yeah, Brandon's not going to be able to call.
Yeah, and he doesn't.
Should just check jam, I guess.
Well, I'm not going to fold if you ship it.
Now I have one blade left.
Chino Ream says he plays the ABC. Obviously, he does not, but he'll play almost anything, and he makes a 7-5 offsuit, win the hand. Chino is the chip leader with 5.4. And there's the Royal Flush Girls Social Bar.
Well, a number of players put fear in you at the poker table because you can never put them on a hand. Chino Ream, one of those players, like Gus Hansen, like Phil Ivey, like Michael the Grinder Mizrachi. They're not afraid to gamble, and they always have chips if they get down near the end of a tournament.
This time, Jonathan Wall with an ace-4 of hearts is raised to 100,000. Eric out. And Brandon now has very nice tens.
You gotta love this hand, Vince. He's gonna ship it here, I'm guessing.
I'm all in.
Yep. He goes all in for 520,000.
Matt out, Chino not playing.
Back to Jonathan Waugh here. Another 420,000 to call. Almost getting the right price. Not quite to make the call, but he's gambling anyway. Good spot here for Brandon Stevens to double up and get right back in the thick of things.
We got this, right?
Well, Jonathan had the money to speculate. He is a dog here. 5 cards to come here at Bellagio. Let's see if the flop is good to him. No, as an ace hits on the flop.
Just a tough beat right there for Brandon so far. Jonathan flopping a straight draw to go along with his top pair. Brandon must catch a 10 to win this pot. Nothing else will do.
Yeah, 4 there too, yeah.
Awful, awful flop for Brandon Steven as a 5 hits on the turn.
Well, he's a businessman from Wichita, Kansas.
I didn't know.
Part owner of a hockey team, the Wichita Thunder, but he'll be icing the puck and icing right out of here if he doesn't catch a 10 on the river.
Can he do a 2-outer? Nope.
4 comes off. Well, Jonathan Waugh going to take down that pot. They all say goodbye to the businessman, Brandon Steven, out in 5th place.
A fine effort by him. He'll take home $223,000 from Bellagio. And right now, he's out of here in 5th place. Over to talk to Matt Savage.
Now, your claim is that you're a businessman and you're not a pro poker player, but come on. I mean, you had a deep run in the World Series, and now the WPT final table of the World Championship. Are you thinking about playing a little more poker?
No. No. These guys are a lot better than I am, they're for sure. They're professionals. It's a grind. What they do is hard. It's hard to play these tournaments. You know, it's a 6-day tournament. That's a lot of work. Yeah. It's a lot of stress, and I can't take those beats like that, you know. Ace and one ace, and I just can't. I'm not as good as they are to take those.
Well, I think you're proving us wrong. I think you are quite a good player.
Salzburg's getting scared. Player of the year in jeopardy.
Nice hand, sir.
Thanks.
With Brandon Steven out in 5th place, we conclude our first hour of coverage from the WPT World Championship at Bellagio. But before we go, Mike, whose play stands out to you so far?
Well, Kimberly, I really think the remaining players have all played fine so far. Now, Jonathan Waugh's stack has gone up the most, but the entrepreneur, Matt Hyman's stack has gone up as well. He's done well. But I like the way that Chino Ream and Eric Lindgren are playing as well. They came to this final table in 1st and 2nd chip position. I know a lot of people thought Chino, with a big chip lead, was going to just ramble and gamble his chips off. Not the case, just picking his spots, looking to avoid playing big pots. I like the way they're playing.
And Vince, the energy in this room is electric. How do the players keep their cool?
Well, it's tremendously exciting. You know, the crowd is going nuts here for them. But these guys, they're professionals. You know, they're great gamblers. They have a goal in mind, and that's over $1 million. This is a proving ground to be a great poker player, and they all know that. So yes, you have to stay stoic. You got to keep your cool. But believe it or not, underneath, you're a time bomb, basically a time bomb.
Well, despite the intensity, I think they're holding up pretty well. All right, thanks, guys. Please join us next time with more from the season-ending WPT World Championship. Until then, for Mike Sexton, Vince Van Patten, Matt Savage, Tony Dunst, the Royal Flush Girls, and the whole WPT team, I'm Kimberly Lansing saying thanks for watching. Good night.
I don't understand what this is for here. The World Poker Tour is brought to you by ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker. Guaranteed.
Tonight in Las Vegas, the stakes are high and every move a player makes may be their last. Continuing coverage of the season-ending WPT World Championship starts right now, only on the WPT.
Well, the crowd all standing.
He is circling the drain.
They are going bare knuckles in the center of the ring.
He would love to knock this loudmouth out.
Hi everyone, I'm Kimberly Lansing and welcome to the World Poker Tour. Every poker player dreams of winning a WPT title, and when they hit the felt at Bellagio for the WPT World Championship, they can't help but feel inspired. But right now, 4 players remain with the opportunity of a lifetime to take down this prestigious title. And for more analysis on where we stand, let's turn to WPT's very own Mike Sexton and Vince Van Patten to set the stage for tonight. Now, Mike, all of the players have been mixing it up so far, so who do you foresee controlling the action when play starts back up?
Well, Kimberly, honestly, I think the remaining players have all played fine so far. Chino Reem hasn't exactly played the ABC poker like he said he was going to, but he's playing Chino poker, and he's still sitting in first place, as you can see, by looking at the WPT stack tracker. Two-time WPT champion Eric Lindgren and amateur Matt Hyman have also stayed pretty consistent at this final table. But it's the season 11 WPT champion Jonathan Waugh who's put himself in a great position here tonight. He's busted the 2 missing men at the table, and he's been on a real upswing ever since we started this final table. And not only is he playing for a second WPT title, he's still in contention to overtake Matt Salzberg and claim the season 11 WPT Player of the Year honors with a win here tonight. Kimberly, with so much on the line, I expect all these guys to be battling hard when the cards get back in the air.
Now, Vince, businessman Matt Hyman is currently on the short stack. What's he gonna have to do to battle these 3 WPT champions?
Well, if you're Matt Hyman, don't do anything. I mean, 146 entries, and you're at the final table, so, you know, do what George Bursina used to say, stay the course, Matt, stay the course.
Looks like the action is ready to start back up, so let's get back to the game.
Well, there you see. Over 1.1 million goes to our champion tonight. 3 WPT champions, 1 businessman left fighting it out for this title.
The antes are 10,000, the blinds are 30 and 60 as we get started in 4-handed final table action on Eric Lindgren with a King Jack. He is raised to 125. Matt Hyman goes away.
And Chino Reem looks down at the A7 offsuit. Not a hand you're crazy about, not the worst hand in a 4-handed poker game, but look at this. Chino 3-betting.
Chino makes it 275 with his A7. The Canadian Jonathan Waugh folds his hand back on Eric, makes the call with the King Jack.
Most players in the world would throw the hand away or make a crying call with the A7. The young superstars 3-bet with it and take the lead in the hand, but the lead is no more as Eric has flopped 2 kings. He is now out in front with kings up.
Yep, nothing hitting for Chino, but he makes a continuation bet of 175. And Eric just gonna call.
Oh, one of those okie dokie calls, as you like to say, Vince. Just gonna walk the dog here.
Well, safe so far for Eric as a 10 appears.
Well, earlier at this final table, it was Eric Lindgren that was getting walked around like a little pooch. And now he's the one walking the dog himself here.
Doing it again as Chino bets 325. Eric with a call down the river, and an ace hits.
The only card Chino could catch to win this pot comes off at the river. Now Chino is going to lead out and bet. He's not worried about his kicker because he's going to play ace and deuces with a king kicker. And Eric lets out a lot of air right there. He's saying, wow, don't tell me I let this guy catch an ace to beat me.
420, and there's Eric's wife, Erica Schoenberg, a fine poker player herself. Little does she know what a tough position Eric's in right now.
Chino, Chino, Chino. Try had ace king the whole way.
That he did not, but you're gonna hate it just as much if you make this call.
You're capable.
Chino's like a Phil Ivey, like a Gus Hansen. They bet so much, they play so many pots, they get paid off when they make a hand in most cases.
Eric's been at 6 final tables on the World Poker Tour, 2-time champion.
I guess I got lucky.
Oh, and the pain for Eric.
And the Albert Einstein statement by Chino. Oh, I guess I got lucky there.
There's the wife, feeling the misery as well. Erica.
It didn't feel like a bluff anymore in the end.
Yeah, I know.
You lucky.
Rather be lucky than good. Especially versus E, I'll take the luck.
I almost raised the flop, too.
Back to basics. He's mumbling to himself. That's what happens.
Good. Almost folded. That would have been awesome.
Well, you always rethink how you could have played the hand to win it if you lose it. But the truth is, Chino could only catch an ace to win that pot, and he might have bluffed a 3rd time on the river if it didn't come up, or Eric would have made max value out of it. But when he catches the ace on the river, you always say, why didn't I raise it? Why did I walk the dog? Hate that.
All right, 4-handed poker continues. Matt Hyman, the entrepreneur from San Francisco, folds his hand, and now Chino, the moderate 10-8 of clubs, will raise 125.
It's in that walking the dog chapter. They got to say sometime the dog bites you on the ankle.
Jonathan is done with an ace jack, not going to re-raise, just calls. Eric can be allowed in because he's in the big blind, and he can slop around with the 6-4, and that's what he's going to do, hoping to catch lucky. And here is the flop. Whoa, look at this. Jack 9-8. Unbelievable straight flush draw for Chino and a pair. And of course, top pair for Wah. And Chino will bet after a couple checks, 170.
Well, I don't care if you're Phil Ivey or Mr. Magoo, you're going to get your money in with the hand Chino's got, a pair and an open-end straight flush draw.
Look at this, Jonathan not going to raise with top pair and big kicker. Eric out.
Had he been raised, we'd have seen a huge pot here, Vince.
To the turn, will Chino hit his hand? Not there, as a 4 spades appears.
Well, Jonathan while continuing to slow play, but Chino checking behind him, and now hits a 2 of clubs on the river to make the flush.
That's what you got to do on the river. Get lucky. Chino has done so, and Jonathan Wah now going to play backwards. He's going to bet when he's finally beat.
What's the bet, 330?
Well, he did bet on the flop or the turn when he had top pair and top kicker. Now the flush comes out there as well as the possible straight. Chino is raising this pot. Well, that's a nice raise by Chino. I know everybody can look at the screen and say, well, he's got a flush, of course he's going to raise it. But his opponent could have a king-eye flush or a queen-eye flush, or even the nut flush possibly.
But you want a value raise because you almost have $7 million in chips. You can't go broke, Jonathan, with half that stack. So I like this raise for a value.
It's because he's Chino Ream, because he plays so many pots. He gets paid off on a lot of hands that others may not get paid off on. We just saw Eric Lindgren pay him off with 2 kings when an ace hit the board and Chino bet on the river. The same thing could happen here again as Chino hits a winning river card, and indeed it does.
Wah is Wong right there as he makes this call.
If he'd raised on the flop, Chino's going to re-raise. All the money could have gone in. He could have been broke in 4th place heading back to Canada.
Chino's going to be sick if he got raised.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, man, Jonathan, if you're Hollywooding and shipping on me right now.
He kept pulling chips out of the...
That's the whole thing I kept thinking in my head. I was like, bro, if you raise me right now.
You look scared.
The second hour of coverage of the WPT World Championship is just getting started, and we have more to come. Tony Dunst will break down tonight's play in the Raw Deal. We'll pay tribute to the WPT champions from season 11 and see what Tiger Woods and poker have in common when we return on the WPT. Do you watch poker on television?
I do. I watch World Poker Tour. Yeah, absolutely. Kidding me?
People don't play real poker on social poker sites because there's nothing to win. On ClubWPT.com, we play real poker for our share of $100,000 in real cash and prizes each month. It's real poker for real players. ClubWPT.com, never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
Welcome back to Bellagio and the WPT World Championship. Right now, it is time to find out what Tony Dunst thinks of tonight's play in this edition of the Raw Deal.
It can be so difficult to fold on the river when your opponent lays you a great price, but seems to want to call. It's especially difficult when you sense you are ahead the entire hand and your opponent may have got there on the river. So could Eric Lindgren have folded against the small river bet from Chino Ream? Let's break it down. When Eric raises first to act holding King Jack, Chino attacks him from the small blind with a re-raise. If I was going to play Ace-7 from the small blind, I would definitely go with a 3-bet, but I think the sizing here by Chino is a little small. Eric has over 55 blinds, and he's probably not folding many hands in position to a re-raise that's barely double over his open size. And the King Jack definitely isn't folding, so the two players go to a King Deuce Deuce flop. Now on the flop, I like Chino's small bet sizing. This is a texture where you don't have to bet very big to get folds from many parts of Eric's range. Additionally, when Eric has showdown value beneath a king, Chino may have to fire multiple bullets to get a fold, so he might as well size the early bullets smaller so the later ones don't get bloated in relation to the pot. Naturally, Eric calls the flop bet with top pair, and on the 10 turn, Chino follows through with another small bet. I think this second barrel sometimes gets Eric to fold hands better than ace high, and considering the low cost of firing, I think it's reasonable for Chino to take the shot. Of course, Eric won't be folding, and the two go to an ace of clubs river, which locks up the pot for Chino. Yet again, Chino bets small, this time hoping to get value from a hand that looks to be a king or a pocket pair beneath the king. By betting small, Chino lays Eric a price of 5-1, which makes the call awful tempting for Eric, even when it looks like it's very hard for him to have the best hand.
Chino, Chino, Chino.
Whether Eric should make the call is very difficult to say. I'm not sure how frequently Chino fires 3 barrels as a bluff here, and whether he would size a river bluff so small. Eric senses the bet is sized to get called, but we know Eric likes action.
All right, buddy. I guess I got lucky.
And at that price, it's hard for anyone to resist putting their chips in the middle.
Almost folded. That would have been awesome.
Well, Vince, as we know, normally when guys make small bets at decent-sized pots on the river, it's a beg me call. They want you to call them. But the pot was so big, Eric decided to call. Sick, he got outdrawn there.
There's Chino Reem going to the side. That's Nam Lee, a WPT champion.
His value range.
Yeah, for sure.
He's trying to get money.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
So either he has like top pair or he has a flush.
All right, yeah.
I think it's fine.
All right.
They are discussing strategy.
What they're discussing is you keep hitting river cards like that, we'll be taking the trophy and money home.
There's a couple WPT champions, the Grinder, Gavin Smith, among others. They're in the crowd here tonight, enjoying the action, and their buddies battling for this title.
Chino Reem well out in front with over $8 million in chips. Jonathan Watt in second place with $2.7 million. So right now, it's the Chino show.
All right, Chino first to act, quickly mucks his hand. Jonathan Watt from Canada, baseball coach. And he's got king, queen of clubs. And he will make it 120 to go. Eric right behind him with a pair of 4s.
Call.
Just gonna call.
This is Jonathan Watt's first tournament ever at Bellagio. Vince, I think he'll be coming back.
Matt Hyman with an ace-5. He's kind of priced in to make this call, and he does, because he's in the big blind.
You're right, Vince. $340,000 in the pot, cost him $60 more to call. 3-way action. Flop is king, 10-9, all diamonds.
Eric Lindgren now, he's going to come out and bet 130.
He's got the 4 diamonds, so he does have a flush draw.
Matt out, and Jonathan Wall with top pair.
And a straight draw.
Just makes the call. Now look at this. Jack of spades on the turn makes a straight here for Wah. And Eric's going to continue to bet.
This Jonathan Wah appears to be a cool customer, doesn't he, Vince? Very stoic, very calm, not intimidated by the likes of Chino or Eric Lindgren.
You're right, and again, he's not going to repop. He just makes the calls.
Well, Eric's got to know he's got at least a straight now. Maybe 2 pair, now maybe a full house. Well, Eric's waving the white flag as he should. Ace high is not going to win it. Eric knows it. Jonathan Watt takes down that pot, and the guy takes 1 step closer to becoming Season 11 WPT Player of the Year, which he will be if he wins here tonight.
I won at the WPT back in Montreal. It was the first big event in Quebec, and being able to win it, the first one, is always special. To win 2 WPT titles in 1 year would be great. I wouldn't believe it, and now that I'm here, I hope it happens. I would be really proud.
That's Jonathan Waugh at Playground Poker. What a casino that is. And he did take that title. Going after a second one here tonight. All right, back on Chino Ream. He's got a 9-8. He won't play. Jonathan Waugh now with ace-4 will raise.
Most guys going to raise on the button with ace high, that's for sure. Jonathan doing it. Eric making the call with the queen nine of hearts.
And once again, Matt Hyman in a big blind situation.
And he's got queen eight of clubs.
He's priced in to call.
I think most everybody's going to call there. Cost you $60,000 to call, $340,000 in the pot. Why not party it up?
Flop comes up ace, 8-5.
Well, Eric checks.
Ace is hitting for Waugh.
Matt's got second pair, but Jonathan Waugh has top pair, and he is going to bet.
And he is catching cards tonight, making things work, and he bets 140.
Now look at this, Vince. Eric Klingman with no hand and no draw is going to raise it here to $300,000.
Whoa.
That'll get Matt's middle pair out of there.
Eric with zip and pip, gonna make a raise.
I bet you're sitting in Jonathan's seat and you're saying to yourself, if this guy really had an ace in the big kicker, wouldn't he have re-raised me before the flop? That didn't happen. I'm not buying this. And as you can see, Jonathan Waugh betting $1.7 million there. And there he goes out. So Jonathan Waugh just making a whipping boy out of Eric Langman right now. Just pounding on him.
Well, he is. He certainly is.
Oh, boy. It's like Tyson against sparring partners in his prime. It's relentless.
All right. A little misstep there for Eric Lindgren.
Jonathan Waugh re-raising Eric, who has to say goodbye in that pot.
Not catching much tonight, but he keeps competing so well.
Well, Vince, he has dropped down to fourth chip position right now, and he is a sick puppy at the moment, Eric Lindgren. He's had hands that have got outdrawn on the river. He's sort of marching with two left feet right now as Eric Klingman, but maybe he can turn it around. We'll see.
And he's going to take a little breather on this hand as Matt picks up ace-9. He pumps in a raise, and Chino with a pair of fours goes over the top. Waugh going out.
I'm on.
And all in by Hyman. He's going to put the pressure on Chino.
I call.
Scary guy.
He can afford it. He's making the call. Fours up against Matt, who has an ace-9.
Good old race.
That's a little race.
That's a big one for you, Bert.
Yeah. Well, Chino just happy to be in a race right here. Maybe. Against this amateur player who came over the top all in.
There's Matt's brother Zach.
9 in the window. 9 in the window. Or 9 in the window. 9 in the window.
Identical twin brothers.
But he said, put a 9 in the window.
Here comes the flop.
Well, a 9 is there. Not in the front window, but certainly in the side window. And he is out in front with 2 9s. Chino Ream knows he must catch a 4 to win this pot.
Ragnar did this before versus E-Dog.
He did.
And Chino Ream is talking about history. He's going back to season 4 when Eric Lindgren and Michael the Grinder Mizrachi had the same type of situation.
The Grinder is down to the river card. He must catch a 4 to stay alive in this tournament.
Coming down to this card. Here it is.
Oh!
He's hit it!
Spence! He hit the 4! And now the roles are completely reversed. This time it's Chino at the table with the 2 4s against the overcards that hit. Isn't it amazing what poker players can remember when they're trying to summon some good luck?
2 sides.
Right
Here comes the turn card.
Well, 6 of spade. Forget the 2 out.
Got 1 out. 1 out.
Chino is now down to 1 out as the 4 of spade won't help him.
2 side diamond. Can I squeeze it?
Only the 4 diamonds can win for Chino. No other card can do it. Queen of spade, ace high flush, going to win this pot.
Get in, Matt.
Well, Eric Langman smiles, but only on the outside. He's sick that the man wasn't eliminated there, where he could be down to 3-handed poker.
Matt Hyman, businessman from San Francisco, now doubles up in a big way against Chino. 4 players remain. We're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour.
This episode of the World Poker Tour is brought to you in part by Vegas.com. Vegas.com. Do Vegas right.
I do have a brother that plays poker. His name is Zach, and that's tough when you're an identical twin playing poker because you're constantly like, oh, man, I think I know you, but maybe not. I feel like I'm a little more patient than Zach. I think Zach he'd be a little more tilty than I am.
Just stop. I don't want to hear you talk.
He has a lot more poker winnings than I do. So tonight's kind of like my chance to beat him.
Tonight's final table is a great mix of WPT champions and experienced players. The player in seat 5 is businessman Matt Hyman, and he looks a lot like this guy sitting next to me, his twin brother, Zach. And for those of you who don't know, Zach is my husband. So, Zach, you made a final table before.
Yeah.
Reno. What kind of advice did you give Matt tonight?
I told him just to relax, have a good time, enjoy the moment. Because he'll probably never make it again the rest of his life. No, I'm just kidding.
But seriously, what do you think of Matt's chances of winning this event and kind of the collection of the players that he's up against at this final table?
I think his chances are really, really good, just because he's making some really good decisions and playing his cards right.
All right, honey, this was fun.
Very fun.
Thanks for joining me.
Yeah.
And
good times.
I gotta go though. I have to go work.
All right.
All right, Mike and Vince, back to you guys.
I think Matt has played great poker up to this point. The lone amateur up against 3 WPT champions, but Matt has made the money 4 times in this event. That's as many as the other 3 guys put together.
Yeah, both those Hyman brothers can play with anyone. They have proven it. And right back to the felt we go. Matt's going to quickly fold. Now Chino with a 9-10 offsuit. He's going to raise it to 125 to go. Jonathan Waugh, the Canadian, is out.
Vince, we should point out, making the money is different from getting a W in these big tournaments. All these other guys at the table know how to get to the podium and take down the trophy. Matt Hyman needs to learn how to do that.
So cheap.
Friendly.
Anyway, Eric has called, and what a flop for Eric. 4 flushing here and a straight draw, and he's going to check it. Chino hitting nothing on that flop.
He's most likely going to get his chips in here, as most people would. He's got a gut shot straight draw and a flush draw.
All in.
All in.
Eric going all in right here. He's only gambling if his opponent does have an ace in his hand. Otherwise, he's going to throw it away, just like he did. So the first step of a long journey back for Eric Lindgren begins right there with the all-in bet.
It might be the worst bet I could ever make in my life. Nice hand, buddy.
Thanks, man.
I don't mind you winning the pot. I do mind giving you the 175 on the flop.
I needed the 175.
Oh, I have a huge tilt factor, I won't lie. I'll be the first one to say it. Like, if I lose a big pot, the first thing I want to do is try to get those chips back, and I'll just start 3-betting people with cards that I know I shouldn't even be playing. That's something I definitely have to work on.
Well, Vince, truer words were never spoken by a poker player than what you just heard out of Chino there. He knows he's a steamer, as we say. If he loses a pot or two, it's hard to get him out of a pot.
All right. Back to the game. A couple folds around to Matt Hyman, the entrepreneur from San Francisco, 36 years old. He's got an ace-9. Nice starting hand, and he will raise it to 125.
Certainly, you have to play that hand in a 4-handed poker game.
Chino's going to slop around with a 4-5, and we are going to see 3 cards, and it's an ace, 8, 6. Aces for Hyman. Inside straight draw for Chino.
Matt loving it here. Got the 2 aces, going to bet 165,000. But look at this, Chino calling with the gut shot straight draw, looking for the walking stick, the 7, to make him a straight.
Will the 7 appear? No, jack of diamonds.
Well, 3 diamonds out there now. Oh, Matt is checking here. I'm surprised at that.
Got to give a free card to Chino as he checks behind him. 10 of diamonds on the river. Matt is going to check it. Chino says, you know what? I'm going to bet and try to steal this pot.
Unbelievable.
Give credit to Chino here. He's going to put pressure on Matt by betting when the 4th diamond comes on the river.
Why so much? Yeah.
Trying to buy it.
Oh, he's trying to buy it. Again, he's telling the truth. Back-to-back truths by Chino Ream. A, he's a steamer. B, he's trying to buy this pot.
Able to work. Matt lays down the aces. Just nicely done by Chino. No diamond, just heart. That's what he does.
Horrible river.
Matt lost that pot because he lost the lead. He gave it up, and his opponent won the pot by betting.
4 players remain. The winner's going to take home $1,150,000 and $297 to be exact. What a payday. Okay, next hand coming up. Blinds a 30 and 60,000. Chino Ream with a 2-3 of clubs. Chino Ream is raised with a 3 deuce. Jonathan with a pair of 6s just calling. Eric out. And now it's on to Matt Hyman, who has a pretty solid ace-10. He will re-raise.
Well, he's squeezing here, Vince.
Mm-hmm.
He knows Chino can raise with any 2 cards.
But Chino likes his 3 deuce. He's going to call it.
In fact, they're both called him.
Look at what you started.
I know. $1 pot, $1 pot.
Set over set over set, please.
Building a big pot.
Chino called this raise with a 3 deuce, folks. Well, Chino does flop a flush draw.
Queen 10-9. Matt has a piece of that pair of 10s.
And he's going to check.
Opening up the door, Chino with the 4 flush. Going to bet. 420,000. Jonathan Waugh out.
And Vince, remember, Chino raised this pot. He could easily have Queen Jack here.
420, and it's going to work.
Well, Matt gives it up.
So Chino's starting to run over the table here, playing with slop and making things work.
He just wins pot after pot when he doesn't have the best hand because he's in command.
We'll be right back with more from Bellagio and the WPT World Championship.
He's so close to putting that trophy on his mantle and becoming a WPT champion.
Down to the river we go.
My name is Rocco Palumbo.
My name is Josh Hale.
Anthony Gregg.
I'm Ben Hamnet. I'm a WPT champion.
Ben Hamnet has done it. He will become a WPT champion.
I never envisioned in a million years that I'd be here today and have a WPT championship underneath my belt.
To be honest, I just had to look up on the trophy when my last had that moment when I won the 2nd title. It was an amazing feeling.
If you win a WPT title, no one can take it away from you. I'm Dominic Nietzsche and I'm a WPT champion.
I'm Matt Giannetti. I won the Lucky Hearts Poker Open.
I'm Jonathan Roy and I'm WPT Montreal champion.
I'm Emil Olsson. I'm a WPT champion.
Greatest feeling of my life. Handing aces against Antonio's ace-king.
Ravi has picked up the weapons of mass destruction, the pair of aces.
All in. Call.
God.
Nice playing with you.
Ravi is our champion.
Gave me a lot of confidence.
That's really memorable. The fact that I busted all 5 players, you can win another tournament, but it's not as prestigious as the World Poker Tour.
My most memorable point in the final table was busting my roommate Zoe.
What if the miracle should be pulled off by Kevin if he hits a king or queen?
A queen! Unbelievable!
It feels good to not catch your friend sometimes, especially when you get lucky.
What is going on here tonight? What are we seeing here?
The times you need to suck out are, right then and there.
Oh, you got the 4!
Yes.
Oh, for sake.
Heads up, anything can happen.
It's a diamond! Yes! Matt has doubled up again.
2 doubles and you go from being the short stack to winning that title.
That was a dream come true moment for me.
After I won, it didn't sink in for like 3 days before I realized what actually happened.
Huge sense of accomplishment. It was an amazing experience and something I'd love to repeat.
Welcome back to the WPT World Championship at Bellagio, brought to you by ClubWPT.com. And Mike, I gotta say, it is absolutely fantastic how many players won their way this season on the World Poker Tour into main events with a shot at winning big money by playing on Club WPT.
Oh, you're right, Vince. That's the great thing about Club WPT. You too can become a Club WPT VIP member, play unlimited poker, have your shot at winning your share of $100,000 in cash and prizes every month, get great VIP benefits, and who knows, you might find yourself winning a seat into a Season 12 WPT tournament. Check out ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
Okay, back to table.
Well, there you see the chip counts. Chino Ream out in front, 7.6 million. Jonathan Waugh with about 4 million in chips. Eric Lindgren sitting in 4th place right now. He's got to make something happen, Vince.
All right, action going to Jonathan Waugh. He's got a little suited connector, 9-8 of hearts, and he'll make it 120,000. Right behind him, Eric Lindgren.
All in.
With a Jack-10 says all in.
I said he had to make something happen. He's going to try to make it happen with a Jack-10 here.
Matt and Chino out, and Waugh also holds his hand.
Well, there you go, boys. Wife Erica all smiles now as her man takes down that pot.
I have too much to move in now.
All right, the antes are still 10,000, but the blinds are going up. 40 and 80, Matt Hyman. First to play in this hand.
Yeah, WNBA.
Ace 3 folds. Chino, our chip leader, with a queen 9. And he is going to make it 165 to go. Wah out.
Now Eric Lindgren with the king, queen of clubs. He's going to make the call here.
And we are flopped. Got king on the flop. King 10-6.
Beautiful flop for Eric. And look at this. He didn't raise before the flop, but he's going to lead right out and bet right here with top pair.
Chino has an inside straight draw.
That's good enough for him to play with. We saw him call a minute ago, trying to catch the 7 in the gut. Now he needs the jack in the gut.
Turn card, 8 of spades.
All in. All in bet by Eric Lindgren here. Chino not happy about it because he now has a 2-way straight draw. The 7 would give him a straight as well as a jack.
Why wouldn't you want me to call? Why would you just ship it?
His problem is he's about a 4.5 to 1 dog when he's only getting 2 to 1 odds on his money.
I really would like to see this river card.
Even with all his gambling bets and all in situations.
I can't call you.
Chino plays the math.
Even Chino has to fold this.
He'll get away from this hand. He does lay it down.
A nice aggressive play by Eric.
Back-to-back pots by Eric Lindgren.
But let's take a quick look at the Wonder Cam and see if Chino would have gotten lucky. Nope.
Oh, did you look at the rabbit?
Yeah, it was 4 hearts.
4 hearts.
That did not help my hand.
Earlier this week, we teamed up with the Tiger Woods Foundation for Tiger's Poker Night, presented by the World Poker Tour. A great time was had by all, raising money for an even greater cause. Take a look.
We're having a great time here. Tiger Woods Foundation charity event.
Tonight is a huge fundraiser for us. We're trying to help underserved kids go to college. We've had over 100,000 kids go through our learning center so far.
The mission of the Tiger Woods Learning Center is to help kids learn how to apply what they're doing in school to the real world. It's like, oh, this is why I need to be in geometry, and this is why I need a physics class. And all of a sudden, the lights go on, and they see their future. We really just wanted to inspire them to think differently about learning.
I've been here for a year with my brother, and we've been doing fun classes. Tiger Woods Learning Center is the best place ever.
We're trying to help as many kids as we possibly can, so everyone who comes out and supports this event helps kids directly.
Anytime you can do something that helps kids and have fun at the same time, it beats the hell out of sitting at some big stuffy event.
It's great to see some very cool people giving a lot back.
Do you watch poker on television?
I do. I watch World Poker Tour. Yeah, absolutely. Kidding me?
What pumps up your adrenaline more? An 8-foot putt to win another major tournament, or bluffing someone like Phil Ivey?
Put it this way, I would be more nervous bluffing Ivy than I would over a tournament.
We're having fun. We're enjoying ourselves, and the nice thing about poker is everyone has an opportunity to win. 1 second, I have it.
This year's Tiger Jam raised over $800,000. To find out more about the Tiger Woods Foundation and WPT's philanthropic efforts, log on to WPTFoundation.org. The WPT Foundation, playing for a better world. In the meantime, cards are back in the air, so let's get down to Mike and Vince.
Well, Tiger Woods and Phil Ivey started that charity event at the same table, Vince, and both were relative early casualties in the tournament, but still a great night was had by all.
It really was a great foundation. And right now, 4 players going after this big title. Eric Lindgren
175.
working his way back. This time, ace-9 makes it 175 to go. Matt Hyman with a queen 10 won't play.
Now Chino Ream is going to 3-bet here with the king deuce, folks.
Jonathan Wah out.
Chino. 450?
450.
Chino understands the tactics of the situation. He knows Eric doesn't want to go out in 4th place. Big money difference between 4th and 3rd.
It's really close. I'm going to give it to you.
And unless he has an extremely
I know you have an ace.
premium hand here, he's going to muck this hand, which he did. That is knowing the situation and knowing your opponent's chip count and taking advantage of it.
Well, there's the Royal Flush Girls social bar, and the girls talking to other poker players and friends that come out here on the World Poker Tour just to visit and watch these finals. Everyone's welcome. We have a great one going tonight. Action back on Matt Hyman as he looks down at a pair of kings, the Cowboys.
Just a monster hand here from Matt. Thrilled to pick up 2 kings right now.
What an opportunity. Finally picking up a big hand. He raises to 175. Now, right behind him, Chino has a pair of 10s. Just amazing.
Yeah, it sure is.
When he's going to re-raise to 450.
Well, you can't blame him for raising with 2 10s in a four-handed poker game.
What are we seeing? Jonathan picks up the weapons of mass destruction. At this point in this hand, almost impossible.
You talk about a cooler, folks. Unbelievable. He's got 2 aces, and he's going to raise it, and he makes it $1,025,000 to go.
Eric gets out of the way, and now Matt Hyman.
Come on.
Matt has pushed it all in.
Jonathan, you started the hand with what? You have how much behind?
3.6.
Behind?
Total.
Total. 2.6 behind?
What Chino is thinking, you know, if I gamble here and eliminate both these guys, I'll be playing heads up for the title with a monster chip lead over my good buddy, Eric Lindgren.
Wouldn't this be a treat for E?
Well, Eric would love nothing more than to see Chino get involved here.
He still can't believe the 10s in a four-handed poker game has to lay it down before the flop, but
Okay, I fold.
he does so.
Call.
And of course, Jonathan with the call.
Fold, Chino.
Wow. Oh, and Matt can't believe it. What big hands by everybody.
Okay, you have queens there. Queens.
Folks, you only pick up a pair. Playing Hold'em poker once out of 17 deals. These 3 guys have all picked up a pair, and a big one at this crucial time of the tournament. Incredible.
What a stacked deck. Crowd on its feet.
One time.
Saying the prayers.
And he's saying one time. Come on, let me suck out one time.
Will it be that one time? No. Queen, queen, 9. Very safe there for the Canadian. Jonathan Waugh out in front.
We got clubs.
With the weapons. Turn card will be a 7 of hearts.
Well, Zach saying, daggone it. How could this happen right now? My man picks up 2 kings with 4 players left, and he's got to outdraw his opponent. Got a 2-outer with 1 to go.
And the river cards of 3 of clubs. No help from Matt Hyman.
The 2 aces hold. That's going to do it for the lone amateur left at the table.
That's right. Mac will take home $289,000.
Played great poker all week long to get to this final table, and even at the final table, just a cooler hand, Vance. Aces versus kings. Bye-bye, Matt. 3 players left fighting it out for the title.
Matt proving that he's a great poker player, not just good. He's going over to talk to Matt Savage. Let's see what he has to say.
Pretty unbelievable cooler there. Your best finish in the WPT, but doesn't mean much right now.
Not much at all. But I'm happy. I played well. I didn't make many mistakes. I made maybe one earlier, but why can't he have jacks there?
Yeah.
Right? You know, I'm not letting go kings. I was hoping he had, maybe 10s or jacks, but well.
Well, you call yourself a businessman, but obviously you had a good run here, and I mean, obviously you showed that you belong right here.
Thank you.
All right, back to you, Kimberly.
Thank you, Matt. He did have a great run, and congratulations. But it's so sad to see you go, Matt. With Matt Hyman out in 4th place, we still have 3 players in the hunt for the $1.1 million first place prize and a coveted WPT World Championship title here at Bellagio. Stick around.
Poor Matt Salzberg. Look at this guy. Getting the full sweat.
Season 11 of the World Poker Tour is brought to you by ClubWPT.com, where VIP members can win their share of $100,000 in cash and prizes every month. ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
Bellagio has made a significant investment into our property. We just finished remodeling nearly all of the rooms and suites within the property. Whether or not you're staying in the Spa Tower or the Bellagio Tower, you're going to find a fantastic resort room. Make sure that you ask for and get yourself upgraded to either a fountain view or a premier fountain view. They're just tremendous. If someone is thinking about coming to Las Vegas, then they should come and stay at Bellagio for their own personal 5-diamond experience.
Well, there you see the chip count. Chino Ream out in front. Jonathan Waugh in 2nd place. Eric Lindgren in 3rd right now. Vince, these guys love it here, but all players love coming to Bellagio, and why not? Great tournaments, great poker room, great facilities, restaurants, everything good at Bellagio.
Yeah, I completely concur. We're having a good time. And right now, Jonathan Waugh with an ace-8 has raised to 160 with an ace-8, and Eric with a 6-3 of clubs behind him.
And look at this, Vince. He is going to raise and 3-bet here with a 6 high. He's got 6-3 on the short stack.
Chino out, and we're starting to play.
Well, tough decision here for Jonathan Waugh.
And Jonathan goes over the top, and that will put Eric all in.
You talk about reading a guy's mail. Just set Eric Lindgren all in, and Eric right now got to be talking to himself. What was I thinking there with the 6-3? Come on, Eric, just tighten up a bit.
He got back because he loosened up his game, and this time back on Lindgren, who picks up the kings this time.
Well, zippity-doo-dah. See, you gamble one hand, the very next hand you pick up kings. How sweet it is.
Chino out.
And your opponent's got the same hand he had before, an ace-8, this time suited.
Jonathan Waugh has pushed Eric all in. A quick call, of course, by Eric.
That's what I'm saying. I saw that ace. Damn.
Good timing.
Just like he did in the last hand, he set him all in. This time, Eric's got a hand.
Jonathan Waugh from Canada, a WPT champion up at Playground Poker in Montreal, going for the big title here tonight. Has a chance of knocking out Lindgren with the kings.
And as you can see, Eric over a 2-1 favorite to win this pot and double up here.
Here we go with the flop. And the flop is Jack 7-5. Eric out in front with the kings.
Good flop for Eric. He breaks into a smile. Knows he could win his 3rd WPT title if he could take this crown down. Only 2 other guys have ever done that, Carlos Mortensen and the great Gus Hansen.
Comes the turn card, deuce of clubs.
I'd like a few more spots on the next card.
Beautiful card for Eric right there, because no straight, no flush possibility. Only way he can lose the pot is the opponent catches an ace. He was in that predicament a while back.
Will the kings hold up?
A king on the river. Eric Lindgren has doubled up. And I said it before, Vince, don't count the guy out. He's been short stacked throughout this tournament. He knows how to fight on a short stack, and he's doing it right here, right now.
Let's go, Eric! Let's go, little kicks and Keegans. Let's go! Old G Money's here in the house.
That is Gavin Smith. They are celebrating as they root on Eric Lindgren, who's coming back in nice fashion.
Sitting right below Gavin is the guy that won this event back in season 2, Martin Dicknafe from Sweden.
Blinds are 40 at 80,000 with a $10,000 ante. Eric makes the decision again with ace-6, makes it 175 to go. Chino with a queen 10 of diamonds makes the call. Waugh folds his hand. First 3 cards will be a king, queen, 4. So Chino has outflopped Eric. They both check.
Boom, comes the ace for Eric. He takes the lead. Now Chino checks. Got 2 queens and a gut shot straight draw, but fearful this ace might have hit Eric.
Yep, and he bets 200,000 into Chino.
Well, Vince, Chino doesn't have much invested in this pot.
But look, it doesn't matter. He's going back over the top.
Wow, he is check raised here with just 2 queens. Now Eric is going to call him with the 2 aces. He's just not buying Chino's story.
Down to the river we go.
That was 6. Now this is going to make Eric feel a whole lot better because he now has aces up.
Aces and 6s, but guess who's betting?
Man, that's like the card I was looking for.
Chino bets 800,000.
Well, he's hoping Chino's got aces and 4s, something like that.
Queen.
And a quick call by Eric, and it's a good one.
Yeah, Chino says queens, but they're no good, as you can see. Eric Lindgren taking down another nice pot here.
That card made it a lot easier, trust me.
With that hand, we conclude our 2nd hour of coverage from the WPT World Championship at Bellagio. So, Mike, did you expect it to come down to 3 WPT champions playing for this title?
Well, if you'd had to pick 3 players, these are the 3 guys you would have picked. They had by far the best tournament poker pedigree at the table. I'm not sure we've ever had 3 WPT champions fighting it out for a regular season event or a WPT World Championship event like we've got. This is going to be a great finish.
All right, please join us next time for the dramatic conclusion of the WPT World Championship. Until then, for Mike Sexton, Vince Van Patten, Tony Dunst, Matt Savage, the Royal Flush Girls, and the whole WPT team, I'm Kimberly Lansing saying thanks for watching. Good night.
I don't understand what this is for here. The World Poker Tour is brought to you by ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker. Guaranteed.
Tonight in Las Vegas, Bellagio is the center of the poker world as we're set to crown the final champion of Season 11. The breathtaking conclusion of the WPT World Championship starts now, only on the WPT.
Well, the crowd all standing.
He is circling the drain.
They are going bare knuckles in the center of the ring.
He would love to knock this loudmouth out.
Hi everyone, I'm Kimberly Lansing and welcome to the season finale of the WPT. It's a tough journey to become a WPT World Champion, but one well worth taking. Now let's turn to our own accomplished legends, Mike Sexton and Vince Van Patten, to fill us in on where we stand tonight here at Bellagio. Mike, tell us, is this one of the most competitive final tables we've seen all season?
Well, Kimberly, the obvious answer to that is yes. 3 players left in this tournament. All 3 are WPT champions. Chip leader Chino Ream, he won a big event at Bellagio before, going for a second title tonight. Jonathan Waugh in second place from Canada, won WPT Montreal earlier this season. And if he wins this tournament, he becomes the season 11 WPT Player of the Year. And then we have Eric Lindgren going for his 3rd WPT title tonight. So I can't remember any time that we had a regular season event or a WPT World Championship with 3 players left where they're all WPT champions.
And Vince, what do you think it means for a player's legacy to win this tournament?
This is one of the toughest fields in the world, bar none. You've got international players that have won WPT events around the world playing this. No one puts up $25,000 unless they believe in themselves and they're considered a great poker player. Very rare, very few soft spots in this event. So you'll join the lights of greatness like Carlos Mortensen, Alan Gehring, David Williams, among others. There's a lot of bragging rights to go with it.
Okay, thanks guys. We're very close to adding the final name of the season to the WPT Champions Cup. So let's check the chip counts and get back to the action.
Well, out front is Chino Ream with $5.6 million. Jonathan Waugh from Canada with about $5 million. Eric Lindgren with about $4 million. Vince, they've all got chips. It's anybody's game.
Yeah, the winner's going to take home $1,150,000. Big money here tonight at Bellagio. The antes are $10,000. Blinds 40 and 80. Let's go to the felt. Eric Lindgren with a mid pair. Pair of 6s just like that.
Gonna raise it up to $175,000.
Chino out, and now Jonathan Waugh, WPT champion. He has 9s.
This could spell big trouble for Eric here. Pair over pair.
Oh, and he's getting outraised in chips with that. Makes it $440 to go.
If Eric gets restless here,
I'll call.
He could be out in 3rd place just that quick.
Well, he's just gonna call.
And wants to see a flop first.
And here we go. Flop is 8-8-10.
Chino shakes his head because he would have flopped a full house.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Jonathan reaching for chips.
Yep, 330.
Not a giant bet when the pot's got 950,000 in it. So Eric thinking, I'm going to raise it right here and find out where I'm at right now.
Right, 900,000 to go. Waugh's not going anywhere. He's getting the call and chips out.
Well, that's I can tell you. He doesn't like 2 9s right now. The pot just got raised by Eric up to 900,000. A 10 and 2 8s on the board.
Nothing deuce. Waugh's going to check.
Well, Eric wisely checks on the turn, and now the board pairs 10s. Neither player going to like that card. They're fearful of their opponent's got a 10 in their hand.
Yep, Jonathan's going to check again. They both check.
9s. They're good.
Wait. Look at that, boys.
Chino, who never put a quarter in the pot, said, look at that, boys, that would have got you.
So Jonathan Waugh will take that pot with the legitimate pair of 9s.
That guy's been a thorn in the side of Eric Lindgren all night long. And once again, Eric back to the short stack. Got to go back to work, that's all.
We have lots of poker champions in the audience here tonight.
There's WPT World Champion Mark McNave. There you're looking at Noah Schwartz. Chan Racy Kuhn also here. He won in Barcelona.
Michael the Grinder Mizraki. And also Gavin Smith.
Tom Lee in the house as well. All these guys already have their name on the Champions Cup.
Climbing out of the woodwork here.
And the 3 guys at the final table are looking to get their name etched on that trophy again.
All right, antes have gone up to 15,000, blinds of 50 and 100. Chino this time makes it 200,000 to go. Waugh out, and Lindgren with an ace-8 of hearts just calling. Here we are flopping. It's a 10-4-3. Both check. Here comes the turn.
And a 5 comes off. Chino has the opening straight now. Eric checks. Chino is going to bet the queen high here. This puts a lot of pressure on Eric. Wow, Eric making the call with just ace high.
Going to the river and a queen hitting there for Chino.
Well, another pot. Chino wins by catching a card on the river, or at least figures to win.
Going to put in a $425,000 value bet.
Enough to nothing, maybe, huh?
Yes, solid lay down. Eric was on the right track, calling with ace high.
He had the right idea, had the best hand on the turn.
Quarter to 5.
Huh?
Quarter to 5.
Holding something.
I had something. I'm in the zone. I win. That rush, that feeling when you're just running hot and just scooping pots deep in a tournament is why I keep playing the game. Yeah, I got my swagger back.
Will this be the time for Chino Ream? Will it take down his first WPT title? It all comes down to this card.
It's a deuce of diamonds. Well, that's going to do it.
I'm ready to win another one. Nothing beats that feeling.
Well, he's in shape to win another one, that's for sure. He's chip leader with 3 players left. It's Eric Lindgren that's got work to do right now. He's sitting on 1.7. Both his opponents have over 6 million.
Chino has folded this hand. Jonathan Waugh, WPT champion from Montreal, has raised with a queen high. Eric.
I call.
Jonathan bet enough to set Eric all in. Eric went all in, and he has the best hand. It's ace-jack versus queen 9. Jonathan knows that queen 9 is a favorite over a 2-card random hand. He just moved all in, but Eric Lindgren picked up a hand good enough to get his dough in there. He's the favorite. If his hand holds up, he'll double up. We'll still have 3 left.
Oh, and a jack just like that for Eric Lindgren, out in front with jacks.
Now Eric all smiles, top pair, top kicker. Well out in front right now.
Well, an 8 comes off. This gives Jonathan a 2-way straight draw. He can now win the pot with a 7, which would give him a straight, a 10, which would give him a straight, or a queen.
It's always a sweaty.
Poker.
E-Dog holding his breath right now.
Let's take a look at the river card.
A deuce. Eric Lindgren lives on. And Vince, we keep saying it time and time again. Looks like Eric just can't play unless he's short stacked.
Hard to kill.
Nice hand, buddy.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play better with this double up than last.
There's a quick break in the action, and before we name the last champion of season 11, we've got more to come from the WPT World Championship, including a send-off to the season 11 ones to watch, some parting words from Tony Dunst in the Raw Deal, and the Royal Flush Girls get a special behind-the-scenes tour here at Bellagio. Stay tuned.
Season 11 of the World Poker Tour is brought to you by ClubWPT.com, where VIP members can win their share of $100,000 in cash and prizes every month. ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
Welcome back to Bellagio and the WPT World Championship. You know what? Our season has been fantastic. You think about it.
Well, it has, Vince, and it's been great capping off season 11 with you at my side once again after all these years. It's also been a record-setting year here on the World Poker Tour.
No, that's right. The WPT has had its largest season to date with 62 tournaments on 4 different continents.
And Vince, season 12 is even going to be bigger and better. So if you at home would like to join us, log on to WPT.com and check out the complete schedule. Now, let's get back to the action here at the WPT World Championship at Bellagio.
Yeah, we love Bellagio, the Yankee Stadium of poker. This is the big one, the one we play for all year round. Chino Ream is the chip leader with $7.5 million.
Jonathan Waugh, 3.7. Eric Lindgren, 3.3 million. Anybody's game, but right now Chino in the driver's seat.
Action's on Eric, and he will quickly muck a 4-3 of diamonds. Chino now with a king 7 of diamonds.
Yeah, he is going to pop it up there. 210,000.
Jonathan Waugh, the Canadian, with a jack 10. Would love to see a flop, and he will, as he makes the call.
A flop comes queen 8-5. Chino checks. Jonathan with the gut shot straight draw, reaching for chips. And he's going to fire out 135,000. And look at this, Vince. Chino Ream has no hand, no draw, yet he is check raised to 425,000.
Just an auto raise by Chino Ream.
How do you like that now? Gut shot straight, man.
But Jonathan is going to get stubborn. He's going to make this call.
Yeah, Vince is like he knows he's got a straight draw. Talking about Chino. Now the king of hearts comes up. Big card for both players. Chino's now got 2 kings. Jonathan has a flush draw and an open and straight draw, yet it goes check, check.
3 of clubs on the river. That doesn't change things. And Chino now with kings.
Got to think he's got the best hand now. And Chino Ream betting 660,000 on the river here.
Jonathan, of course, did not connect there. He has nothing.
Well, Jonathan's not going to call. He could raise or fold. He opts to fold. So Chino Ream going to take down that pot. Catching a king on the turn to do it.
Nicely played by Chino. He's 33 years old, originally from Los Angeles, California. And now he has many homes, Vegas, Miami, you name it. What a talent we're watching here tonight as he continues his chip lead.
All right, action on Eric. He looks down 2 6s.
Yep, and Eric is going to raise to 200,000. Chino calling with Jack 10. Jonathan out.
I told my mom I was going to win this for her. It was her birthday on the first day.
Happy birthday, Miss Lindgren.
And here we go with the flop, and it's 3 of a kind. 3 6s there for Eric Lindgren.
Great flop for Eric here.
Unreal.
Not only because he's flopped a set of 6s, his opponent has middle pair.
And Eric's not going to play it sneaky. He is betting at 220. Chino's going to call it.
With the speed that he called it, I'm sure Eric has figured out that he's got a king or a jack in his hand.
8 of spades on the turn. Chino going to check again. Eric, 3 of a kind. Show tune's going off in your head. And he's going to bet it again. 450.
Well, look at this. Chino going to call with the 2 jacks here. Just doesn't believe Eric's got the kings or the jacks.
Down to the river.
And the board pairs 8s.
That gives Lindgren a full boat. Just so nice. Now you want to think about the proper amount that you can get from your victim. The right amount. And it looks like it's going to be 780,000.
Not quite half the pot, but a healthy bet.
What's the bet, 780?
Well, Chino called him on the turn. Maybe he'll call him again on the river.
You know I'm gonna call you, so how are you gonna bluff? You know I'm calling you, so guess you got it. You got that I got it face. You got my aces face, I got you got it face.
Well, he is reading Eric beautifully. Look at this. He's got something on him.
Is he capable?
He is reading him like a Dr. Seuss book. But can you resist putting those chips in, Chino?
Well, that's the question.
You so look like you have it, E. You just look like you got it.
Eric's saying, just shut up and put the money in, please.
Now, Eric Lindgren's wife, Erica, quite a poker player herself, staring on, watching her man at work here.
You're not gonna bluff again. I'm just not going to.
Ooh, good lay down.
Wow, what a lay down there by Chino Ream. He analyzed that hand perfectly, finally decided the jacks were beat. Indeed they were.
After 17 years, I still love playing poker. I guess when poker kind of hit TV, I was in the right place. I played a lot more no limit than a lot of people, and I had early success. I've won 2 WPT titles. They were a long time ago. It has been a long time since I've been back here, so I'm truly appreciating being here today. I feel more confident going for title number 3 than I've ever felt before.
Well, we go back in time, and you know, Jonathan Waugh, who's on Eric's right, used to watch him play in those tournaments, idolized the guy, and now he's battling against his old idol, Eric.
Well, you're right, Vince. He said when he first started playing poker, Eric Lindgren was playing on TV, and now he gets a chance to play against him. Loves it.
Now Eric has raised and a re-raise by Chino with a 9-8. Waugh going out.
And bold re-raise here by Chino. Most guys would just call to see a flop here. Chino 3-bet, but look at this. Eric Lindgren 4-betting here to over $1 million with just a king 8.
Just incredible. He thinks he can muscle out Chino.
I'm all in.
But no, Chino's coming back over the top all in, and Eric with a quick fold.
Well, just incredible, folks. A raise, a 3-bet, a 4-bet, a 5-bet, all in.
What am I thinking?
By Chino Ream with 9 high. But Eric Lindgren had him pegged. Unbelievable. Eric 4-bet with a king 8.
Well, that's the play of the night. All right, back to this one. Look at this, Jonathan Waugh with a pair of kings. He's made it 200,000. Eric out. Now Chino.
How much do you have?
1.8.
I'm all in. Call.
And he's gone all in. A quick snap call.
Oh, man.
It is happening fast at Bellagio.
Well, as the cards lie, Jonathan about a 2-to-1 favorite to double up here.
Good time to hit an ace, boys.
Chino looked to his gallery and says, boys, they're rooting for an ace. Jonathan Waugh must win this pot to stay alive. His friends and family here sweating him. Mom, Chantel, Dad, Jean.
Well, whatever happens, buddy, good luck.
What?
I'm rooting for me.
Here we go with the flop. And the flop comes up Queen 8-4. Chino doesn't hit. So far, so good for Jonathan
Let's
Waugh.
make it fun. Give me the ace of diamonds for fun. Give me the ace of diamonds for fun.
Ace of diamonds for fun, he said. So we'll have a little sweat at the river.
Can Chino hit his ace here? No. 10 of clubs.
Well, we're down to the river. Chino must catch an ace on the river to win this pot and eliminate Jonathan Waugh. And you see Jonathan Waugh's family looking on. They're all here.
It's a 7 of clubs on the river.
Jonathan Waugh's fans come to life.
Chino's getting a little out of line there.
Nice hit.
Well, Jonathan Waugh doubles up there to stay alive in his quest to take down 2 WPT titles this season.
That's right, Mike. 3 players remain here at the WPT World Championship. We're coming back from Bellagio in just a moment. Stay with us.
My name is Andres Garcia. I am the Executive Director of Horticulture. The Bellagio Conservatory is a massive destination. Between 18 to 22,000 people visit every day. Our conservatory is just under 14,000 square feet. And in a year's time, we use about 250,000 flowers. Everything that you see now is done in-house. It's a collaboration of all employees. There is one thing that we have to have, passion. Do I love my job? Come on, man. You are talking to Senior Green Thumb. So,
These are coffee beans?
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour.
Well, Mike, now we are winding down season 11 at the WPT World Championship. And I have to say, this season has been one of the best ever.
Well, that's true, Vince. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsor, Club WPT.com. And you at home should know that if you become a Club WPT VIP member, you have access to watching all the episodes on season 11 here on the World Poker Tour.
That is very true. You get to watch all the action, all the great plays, all the suckouts. I love to personally watch that pain. But on top of that, if you become a VIP member, you get all the benefits. You play unlimited poker, and you also get a chance to win a seat at one of these WPT live events.
Well, that's right. It's fun. It's easy to do. Check out ClubWPT.com today. Sign up. Never lose a dime playing poker. Guaranteed.
All right, back to the table we go.
Well, there you see how close everybody is in chip counts. Chino out in front with 5.8 million, but the other two guys have well over 4 million apiece.
Okay, and the antes are now 20,000 blind, 60 and 120. Very expensive, as we see Chino Ream with a quick fold, and now Jonathan Waugh with a king 7.
It is white knuckle time now, Vince. 730,000, the difference in real money between first and third.
Eric with a quick call. Well, look at this flop. Ace, Jack, 5, 2 clubs, 4 flush for Lindgren.
Here comes the continuation bet by Jonathan with just king high.
Yeah, 265.
Well, Eric probably going to raise here with the flush draw. He doesn't. He just calls with it.
Just wants to catch a club. But not to be. It's a king, which helps Jonathan Waugh now with kings.
And he's going to check. Fearful Eric has an ace. But Eric checks right behind him, so Jonathan got to feel like his hand's good right now. Now a 9 comes off. Well, Jonathan going to check again. The only way Eric could win this pot is to bet at it. He knows that. He's going to try it. $375,000. That not a big bet into a pot that's got over 1.1 million in it, Vince. I know he's trying to win it, but is the bet big enough to win it? That's the question.
You win. So it does get called down.
I see what you have. Thanks.
Solidly done by the Canadian. And his parents love that.
The way Eric played that hand, you can see he's not happy with it right there.
This year, we had a chance to peek into the lives of 8 dynamic young players, and even though this season is coming to an end, their journey is only just beginning, as we see in this edition of Ones to Watch.
I love poker. Like, sincerely, I really enjoy the experience. I enjoy the atmosphere. I enjoy the thinking about the game. I enjoy talking about the game. I have a lot of expectations for my career. 20 years from now, I want to be able to look back and be like, wow, I accomplished quite a bit.
Hopefully the future for me is going to be very bright. I'm hoping that as the years go on, I can just continue to trump myself and one-up my results from the year before.
I definitely have accomplished a lot of my goals. Poker in general, I mean, I won a live tournament. I've been playing one of the biggest cash games. What's left? Win a WPT title, a WPT bracelet. I think I have what it takes.
I want to win a big tournament. I want to have that, whether it's a bracelet or a trophy or a dolphin. I want that. I want to win the tournament, a big one that really matters.
I actually don't want to win a big event. I'm content with what I do. I really enjoy some attention, but there's just so much spotlight every time you win that I'm kind of enjoying being less known as the years go by. I don't really set goals or try to reach them. I'm just trying to make money.
I accomplished quite a bit, but there's still always more to be done. I'd like to approach every tournament and play my A game and be respected and feared as one of the top players on the tour.
I think I'm pretty far from achieving everything I want to accomplish. The ceiling is quite high, and my own expectations are quite high, but I think I'll get there eventually.
I think I have a very bright future because there's hardly any other players that, one, are as self-aware and know themselves as well as I do, and two, is hungry and is eager to ask questions and say, how can I get better? I think that's a weapon that will keep me in this game for a very long time.
Right now, I'm joined by AP Paharat, one of our season 11 Ones to Watch. What have you learned being a Ones to Watch?
I feel really good about my game. You know, it's like I didn't cash any of them, but I went pretty deep, playing with a bunch of better players. Like I love playing here at Bellagio because you know all the good players are here. Like playing with like Chino Reem for 3 days, playing with like Antonis Fandiari. You're always gonna get better at poker, you know. So.
Well, we've really enjoyed watching the journeys of you and your fellow Ones to Watch, and we all wish you continued success in the future. Thanks, AP.
Thanks.
Mike and Vince, back to you guys.
Well, definitely a good group of Ones to Watch this season on the World Poker Tour.
All right, 3 players battling for the title here tonight at Bellagio.
Some sort of showdown.
Action on Chino on the button.
You know?
Looks down at ace-10 of diamonds. He's going to raise it. Makes it $250,000 to go.
Right behind him, Jonathan Waugh with the pair of 8s. He puts in a bet of $670 total.
Eric quickly folds.
420, eh? How can we fold for 420? Such a good number, Jonathan.
Chino's going to call it with ace-10. 8s versus ace-10, and look at this, 3 of a kind, just like that for Waugh.
Buckle up, folks. You're going to see a lot of fireworks now. Chino with a pair in the nut flush draw. Jonathan with 3 8s.
Jonathan is betting 620. What a big draw here for Chino Reem. And he is going to just call it. All right, to the turn we go.
Well, the Queen of Hearts comes off.
So no diamond for Chino.
Chino Reem with a beautiful looking hand, but he now has to catch a diamond or a jack to win this pot. Nothing else will do.
And Waugh is going to bet again, $1.3 million.
Yeah, that's about half the size of the pot.
Chino's calling.
Chino has made the call. Heading toward our biggest pot of the night.
Going deep. Chino wants a diamond, and he's going to get it. 3 of diamonds on the river.
Dream card for Chino Ream. The absolute nuts, as we say. A mortal lock. Jonathan Wow with the 3/8.
Wa's father is in absolute turmoil. Taking a lot more out on him than it is his son.
It's tough on the parents. And they can't hardly look, Vince. That should be a bit of a scare card, I would think, for Jonathan, though.
Oh, right call.
Wow.
All in and called. A snap call by Chino because he's got the nuts.
Wow.
That is going to do it for Jonathan Waugh. A little dancing there by Chino. He's got some moves done.
Shocking river card is going to push the Canadian out. We are all stunned.
Jonathan Waugh out in 3rd place, but what a week he had, Vince. Came very close to capturing the WPT World Championship.
That's how you play that hand. That's how you play versus set.
Jonathan Waugh has been whacked out of this event in 3rd place. Going to take home $421,000. And he's going to go over to talk to Matt Savage.
Well, so close to Player of the Year, obviously. There was a lot of sweat here tonight. Obviously, if you take this down, you're going to be #1. I think the only person rooting harder than Chino on that hand might have been Matt Salzberg, because he's at home right now talking about how he is the Player of the Year. But a great season for you. Almost got your name on the Champions Cup one more time. Congratulations, Jonathan. We'll see you again.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, thank you.
What a crazy-ass flop.
With Jonathan Waugh out in 3rd place, we're very close to crowning a new WPT World Champion. Will it be Chino Ream or Eric Lindgren who wins the most distinguished title of season 11? We'll be right back with Heads Up Action from Bellagio.
Good luck, buddy.
All right, man. Good luck.
At least we accomplished what we came to accomplish, right?
Yeah, you kind of felt like it was always going to come down to this.
Yeah, me too.
Way. Man, what a card.
This episode of the World Poker Tour is brought to you in part by Vegas.com. Vegas.com. Do Vegas right.
As is the custom on the World Poker Tour, when we get down to Heads Up Play, we have our money presentation. So show us the money!
Yes, indeed. Out come the beautiful Royal Flush Girls, Tuba and Ivy, bringing out the heavy cash. And of course, Brittany and Danielle, over $1 million, plus the opportunity to add their name to the WPT Champions Cup once again and win the most prestigious WPT title of the season.
Well, this is the moment you live for as a poker player. You're watching the girls bring out the cash. You're sitting there getting ready to play heads up for the title. Well, Eric and Chino have both been in this position before, and obviously they gotta love to be in this position again.
Heads Up Play at the WPT World Championship is about to get started between Chino Ream and Eric Lindgren. During the break, Matt Savage caught up with both players.
Eric, you've been short stacked most of this entire tournament, and here you are heads up with a short stack. Is this where your experience comes into play?
I don't know about that. It's not helpful to be short, but at the same time, I'm still 30 blinds deep and preparing for a battle.
Looks like you had a lot of bad hands there with Jonathan. Were you happy to see that last hand to go down?
Yeah, he was tearing me up. Jonathan was really getting me. So I think my best poker's ahead of me tonight, and hopefully heads up.
How sweet did that diamond look on the last card there?
That was the prettiest 3 of diamonds I've ever seen on the river in my life.
All right, Chino, you're heads up with Eric Lindgren, a guy you know pretty well. What's your strategy going in?
Eric's a tough player, and I don't really know what my strategy is. I'm just going to go in and play cards. I'm going to feel him out a little bit, see if he's going to play soft, small ball, or see if he's going to come in a little aggressive and just figure out my game plan from there.
Which player will be the final one to have their name etched on the WPT Champions Cup this season? Heads Up Action at Bellagio is about to start, so let's get back to the call of the game with Mike and Vince.
Yeah, we got some real poker pedigree battling out for this title tonight. As you can see, Chino starting out with about 11 million in chips. Eric Lindgren with about 3.6 million. Eric going for his 3rd WPT title. Chino going for his 2nd.
Call.
Here we go. Chino Ream just calling with a Jack-6 in hand number 1 of the heads-up battle. Eric has raised with just a 4-3.
Nice falter.
And Chino quickly calls.
These guys act like they got premium hands here. One's got 4-3, the other one's got Jack-6.
Flop comes up Ace-Jack-5.
Well, Eric has flopped a gut shot straight draw and leads out in bets. Chino calls him with the 2 jacks.
Going to the turn. Another 5 that pairs the board. Still, Eric has nothing. And he's getting more chips out. Yep, 275. Snap call by Chino.
Again, Chino beats him in the pot.
Can Eric get lucky here? No, it's a 10 of clubs.
Yeah, Eric is playing the board. He knows he has to bet to win this pot. It might not win it, but he's taking a healthy stab at it.
Right.
950,000 he's betting.
950.
He is relentless.
What you got left, E? That's good enough, though. That's it. You're good. Definitely not gonna raise. You don't have to worry about that.
Now there you go. Chino's asking Eric how much you got left.
Okay. Take your option.
This is the first hand to heads-up play.
Oh.
He was asking for a chip count.
Bet the flop. Fine. Fire small on the turn when the board bangs. Not big on the river. Okay, he wins.
Whoa!
Chino gives it up, and a big grin by Eric.
That takes guts.
That definitely could have been a bad fold. Easily, buddy.
One thing I'll never understand, Vince, when you're playing heads-up poker, why you ever have to ask how many chips your opponent has. If you don't know how many chips are in play and how many chips you've got, and therefore how many chips your opponent's got, you don't deserve to be playing heads-up for the title.
But Mike, I think you're missing the point. I think they do know basically what they have. They want to see reaction. They want to see the fiddle with their hands. See, you're just a mathematical player, old school math. And you don't really read into the tells of the hands shaking, the Adam's apple quivering.
Have him talking.
Okay?
All right.
Your drool coming out of the side of your mouth. You don't see these things. Wise up. Okay? I want to take away from that Hall of Fame ticket that you have in there. Who the heck did you bribe to get in there?
If you want a guy to talk, I understand it, but this doesn't make sense to me.
I'm just kidding around. You deserve that Hall of Fame.
Take it easy on me, partner. My golly. You just like all the talking that goes on.
Back to the table, Eric is going to raise with a king-4. Quick call by Chino.
Yeah, these guys are playing, and they're playing fast, Vince. One thing about it, you won't need a shot clock with these two guys, that's for sure.
Check.
Flops ace-5-4. Chino checks. Eric's got a piece of that with the 4s. Eric's betting.
800.
And look at this. Chino coming back over the top.
Chino has checked raise here with 9-8. No hand, no draw, no nothing, just to steal this pot. And Eric calling him with bottom pair.
Like he can see through the cards. Beautiful call.
Now 3 comes off. This gives Chino
check.
Absolutely nothing. He's just not going to invest any further in this pot.
They both check.
Check.
Now queen comes off.
I check.
And it goes check, check. And Eric's going to show him 2 4s and win this pot.
Hey.
And Chino's sort of smiling.
Hey, you can't make it look that easy.
Just pretty solid play by Eric Lindgren.
He's cutting into Chino's chip lead, that's for sure.
You didn't know you had so many outs.
Yeah, right.
Eric stole the first pot and then hung on like a bulldog and took it down with 2 4s.
With Jonathan Waugh's elimination in 3rd place, we'd like to take a moment to acknowledge Matt Salzberg, the Season 11 WPT Player of the Year. Matt has had an outstanding showing this season with 6 cashes, 3 final tables, and a WPT title. From all of us at the WPT, we'd like to congratulate Matt on this tremendous accomplishment. But there is still one last champion to crown tonight, so let's get back to the action with Mike and Vince.
And right there, the Royal Flush Girls.
We got a Royal Flush guy there, looks like to me.
He's getting a lot of attention there at the Royal Flush Girls Social Bar.
All right, there you see Chino Ream's lead's been cut into. Now 9.3 million.
The winner will take home 1.1 million tonight at the championship. To the table we go. Eric Lindgren with a king jack, and he makes it 250 to go.
Call.
And Chino with a queen 9 will stay and watch the flop. Oh, when the flop comes up, king, queen, 4. They both have big pairs.
Beautiful flop right there for Eric Lindgren.
Chino checks. Eric bets. 250. Chino's going to stick around. He's made this call.
And 8 of hearts comes off. Now Eric's got top pair with a king high flush draw.
Chino checks again. Eric bets.
Fire, 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 fire.
Chino's got queens. No flush draw.
How much you going to bet on the river?
Oh, he's calling this.
Oh, and a 9 comes off.
Look at that.
It's unbelievable.
Checks it to try to trap.
To win this pot with the best hand, Chino had to catch a queen or a 9 that wasn't a heart, and he did it.
Call.
Oh, and Eric makes another bet.
That 9 ball, queen 9 all day. I know.
Oh, yeah. Eric is going to hate this.
No heart either, huh?
Well, Eric turns up confidently 2 kings, but they're no good.
Lucky, buddy.
On the river, Chino makes queens and 9s.
Stick around to hear what Tony Dunst has to say about tonight's action in the Raw Deal when the WPT World Championship continues.
Social poker sites aren't real poker because there's nothing to win. They're just all-in fests. That's why we play real poker on ClubWPT.com, where we can win our share of 100,000 cash and prizes every month. ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed.
Welcome back to Season 11's coverage of WPT World Championship.
Throughout Season 11, Tony Dunst has been calling it like he sees it, and right now he'll throw his last punch in this edition of the Raw Deal.
How fitting that the heads-up match for our prestigious championship comes down to 2 of poker's classiest and most beloved players. The stands are packed with friends and admirers who want nothing beyond the guy they're backing to take down the money, title, and glory. There's Eric Lindgren, the recent family man and longtime poker star who strives to carry himself with humility and integrity. And his opponent Chino Ream, the exciting young player with his eye on the future and the intention to invest his winnings in long-term, low-risk mutual funds. Which of these deserving players will outmaneuver the other? Let's break it down.
It's unbelievable.
At the start of heads-up play, Chino has a 3-1 lead over Eric, who's down to 30 blinds. So I'm a little surprised to see Eric raising with just 4-3 offsuit out of position, which leads to a call from Chino.
Nice fall.
The Ace-Jack-5 flop gives Eric a gut shot, so he follows through with a small bet, and Chino naturally calls with second pair and a flush draw. The turn brings another 5, and when Eric bets again, he's mostly trying to fold out Chino's jacks. Eric knows he won't get a fold from an ace, so he doesn't need to bet that big here. The river 10 doesn't change much about the board's texture. Sure, it makes a straight for king-queen, but that's a more likely hand for Eric to have than Chino, since Chino would usually raise the button with it. Now Eric follows through with a much larger bet of over half pot. While this bet won't get many aces to fold, I think Eric believes Chino would have raised most of his aces pre-flop. Additionally, Eric has the very bottom of his range and a hand that can never win at showdown, and in a spot where there aren't that many missed draws that he can be holding. So while I wasn't crazy about the pre-flop raise, I think Eric made up for it by firing a third barrel on this river and winning the pot with just 4 high.
Okay, he wins.
Some would say Eric stole that pot from Chino. Others would say he Chino'd him.
That definitely could have been a bad fold. Easily, buddy.
Well, Tony is exactly right. Well done, and right now, we have a battle going on.
2 terrific players fighting it out for this title.
We're seeing the best of the best here tonight between these 2 guys. Back down to the cards we go. Chino this time with an 8-5 of hearts, just calling. And Eric has an 8-6. He's continuing to see 3 cards. And the flop comes up king, queen, 5. Eric checks. Chino bets. 200 grand. Eric calls.
Eric floating here. He's got no hand and no draw.
Deuce of clubs, and he's going to bet it 300,000. Quick call by the man that has a pair. Down to the river we go. And now Chino has 2 pair. And Eric is going to plunge again with nothing.
I'm all in.
Oh, and all in by Chino with the 2 pair. Pretty uncallable.
They raise fast, they fold fast, they call fast, they move all in fast.
Better talk me out of it.
He didn't have to be talked out of anything, Vince, because he's not calling.
Okay. And he folds the hand. We have Chino taking that pot away. The blinds are going up to 125, 250, Mike.
Blinds are massive now, no doubt about it. It's 400,000 over that to play 2 hands of poker. So you got to get in and gamble now, especially if you're Eric Lindgren.
E-Dog lives in Vegas, married. This time he has an 8-6, and he calls it.
All in.
And Chino goes all in with a pair of threes.
Well, Eric cannot call.
No.
Just can't put all your money in there with an 8-6 offsuit when your opponent moves all in. Chino just widening that lead. Chino over 12 million in chips now. Eric with just 2.5 million.
Eric's down to only 10 big blinds.
All in.
Chino with the king-9 says all in. Let's take a look at Eric's hand. He's got queen-9 of diamonds.
So close. Let's see, 19.
He's smiling because he knows this is very marginal. A lot of pros would call instantly. Some would muck their hand. Some would be thinking like Eric's doing. Tough decision when you know if you play this pot and lose it, it's all over.
But you don't have that many more hands to play and mess around with.
Yeah, I think you push any hands. I'm in.
And he is going to call this.
Oh, no.
I got him.
Unfortunately for Eric, he has dominated. It's king-9 versus queen-9.
Oh, man. All right. Let me escape this one.
Kind of don't want you to win this one, buddy.
Well, it was a borderline call. Eric opted to gamble, and this is not the hand he wanted to see.
Oh, boy, Chino Reem, 33 years old, WPT champion, has his opportunity right now to become the WPT world champion. And the flop's ace-jack 4. That is good for Chino.
It's not what I needed. A lot of trouble.
Now, Eric's going to have to catch a queen with 2 runners to make a straight. Otherwise, he's going to be our runner-up.
Chino looking very serious.
Well, that 3 comes off, so we are down to the river. Eric Lindgren must catch a queen on the river, or this tournament is toast, and Chino Reem will be our champion.
Can Eric do it? Can he catch his queen?
He needs a lucky lady. Can he get one? Nope, and then it comes off.
Chino has done it.
Good game, man. Hey, buddy. Well done. Good game, brother. Yeah, you too. You earned it, baby.
Well, there you go. Chino Reem is now a 2-time WPT champion. Well played by Chino, no doubt about it. Gotta hand it to him, Vince. Well played.
Big effort, pandemonium, big hugs for Chino. Right now, Eric Lindgren out to talk to Matt Savage.
Eric, it's been a little while since you've been to a WPT final table. How does it feel to be back?
It was a really long time. It felt awesome to be here. I had so much fun throughout the whole tournament. I felt like I fought really hard, and I gave 100%, and you know, that's all I can do.
All right, any thoughts about Chino's win today?
I thought Chino probably played better than anybody at the table. I thought he played great, and you know, Chino's an easy guy to root for. We all like him out here on the tour, and you know, if I'm going to lose to somebody, I'm glad it was him.
All right, thanks, Eric. Mike, over to you.
Well, here we are with the Season 11 WPT World Champion of Poker, David Chino Reem. Chino, congratulations to you. When you played heads up with Eric, you had a 3-1 chip lead, but he kept fighting back and fighting back. It wasn't easy, was it?
Definitely wasn't easy. Eric's a great player. I mean, that's one resilient little bugger over there. And
well, you get your name engraved on the WPT Champions Cup for a second time. 1.1 million to the champion. Kimberly, back to you.
Congratulations once again to Chino Reem, the Season 11 WPT World Champion. This has been a tremendous year on the World Poker Tour, and we will be returning for our 12th season to bring you even more of the best poker on television, including tournaments in exotic places we've never been to before. Until then, for Mike Sexton, Vince Van Patten, Tony Dunst, Matt Savage, the Royal Flush Girls, and the whole WPT team, I'm Kimberly Lansing saying thanks for watching, and we will see you next season. Good night.
I don't understand what this is for.
The World Poker Tour is brought to you by ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker. Guaranteed.
High-stakes action hits Los Angeles as the WPT's 12th season kicks off at the Bicycle Casino. The best poker on television is back tonight. The WPT.
To make it to the final table, dealers, let's shovel up and deal.
Season 12 also brought the arrival of this year's class of ones to watch. Day 1 featured 2 of them, Christine Lindley and Athanasius Polychronopoulos.
We're ready to get it started.
Season 10 Legends of Poker champion Will the Thrill Fiella took his seat and was greeted by WPT Champions Club member Phil Luck.
Are you in nut pedaling mode or in speed?
I think I'm going to gear it up a little today, Phil, because you're here with me. Plus it's day 1A, a couple of rebuys, you know.
That means he's going to play tight as Tupperware and wait till he has top
Okay, how about over in the dark, first hand, me and you?
I would, except it's not ethical.
He's stuttering. I got him stuttering.
As expected, the action was fast and furious at the Bicycle Casino. Okay. David Doc Sands was having an up and down day, but was ultimately laid to rest by funeral director Lloyd Mendel. Doc had company on the rail as he was joined by Athanasius, WPT runner-up Soy Win, and past Legends champ Will Fiella.
Top pair, small kicker, lost.
When play wrapped up for the day, it was young pro Barry Hutter who captured the top spot on the chip counts with over 212,000 in chips. Joseph Chong had a strong day, ending in third place. Joe Sirok was also off to a good start with 147,000. And reigning player of the year, Matt Salzberg, finished with 90,000 in chips. 54 players bagged chips and would return for day 2. With the tournament's multi-entry format, players who failed to make it through the day still had several chances.
Good day. Yeah, I could take 2 days off.
As play got underway on day 1B, the field featured some new faces, such as last season's Legends finalists, including Greg Mueller, Ali Islami, and Jeff Madsen, as well as some familiar faces from day 1A, Dan O'Brien, Athanasius Polychronopoulos, and Doc Sands.
My strategy for good or for bad is to fire a lot of bullets in these.
The always sociable Scotty Wynn took time to size up the competition.
The Vietnamese side, 7-1. That's the American side. This is 20 feet, baby.
And even though ones to watch Christina Lindley finished the previous day with a healthy chip stack, she bought in again to try a new approach.
I had like 105 and I bagged up yesterday, so I'm gonna come in and play a completely different style today and see where it leads me. I'm either gonna be out in an hour or have 300K, just to play completely insane and run up the biggest stack in the room. That's basically my goal today.
Season 4 Legends runner-up Kenna James took a break in the action to reminisce about the old days while offering perspective on the endurance battle that tournament poker can be.
Coming back here to the bike is like coming home in a way. A lot of great memories, some pain, you know. Because you fight so hard to get there, you see how tough it is to go through all these players.
Well, look at Kenna's face. You gotta feel the pain for Kenna James, man.
Hopefully we'll take home the trophy this year.
Past ones to watch, Ebony Kenny was looking good when she scored a knockout with Aces versus Kings. But as play was about to wrap up for the night...
Oh my God, how could this happen to me? Aces and Kings?
Northern California grinder Mimi Lou was not as fortunate against retired businessman Dan Owen.
Bad call, good flop.
Old ones to watch.